and then stopped talking to me for like 2 hours. It's like, how
You moved.
dare you?
Yeah, you woke her up.
Peasant, she
Right?
was not ready to awake.
Hey, Brent.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yellow.
Hello.
Oh man, what's the topic of conversation?
Cats. It's what's I can't
Cats.
finish that joke.
Yeah, we didn't domesticate them; they domesticated us.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't land on Cat Rock. Cat Rock landed on us. Wait. Dang it! I can't get a good joke today. Cats. It's what's for dinner. You know what? I'm done. I'm good. No.
You are getting in your own way, Shane.
I know. I can't find it. I can't find a good beat, man. I'm having good cat jokes.
At least you tried.
You're amazing, Shane.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. What did the cat's paw say to the rat? Bop? I don't know.
Hardy har har.
Thank you, Tinu. That's the best one.
Thank you, Salty Feathers.
We need salty feathers. That's true.
Yes, I have not exhausted my roll table yet, so salty feathers. He has more to say. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody's doing good. Glad everybody's here. Everybody seems to be alive and well for the most part. All right. Let's see here. I got everything rocking and rolling. I think I do. For those of you who went to Renfest, I don't even know what like the Renfest thing is right now, but I know there's something going on. It's like, is it called Fall Festival? I think, right?
Yeah, it's different from the normal one. It's
yeah.
It's
All
just
those
Fall Fest. I didn't get to go, but I know it's not its normal opening.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, is this the first year this has happened? Because I've never heard of this fall festival until this year. And apparently tickets were limited. It was like only a certain amount of tickets. If you didn't get one, then
Well, they used to do it in the spring and the fall, and then they stopped the fall one forever ago. So I wonder if this is like them testing it out.
Could be.
It would explain the limited tickets as well.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean... The
fall Ren Fair is way better. It's not hot.
I was about to say, like, I guess the weather's quote-unquote better, but...
The one that I went to in the spring, we picked a cold day.
Yeah.
How cold is it down there right now?
Like, right now, it ain't... I mean, it's 44 degrees right now, at least where I'm at. So, I mean, it ain't the warmest outside, but... Hell, get some mead. Warm you up.
Yeah, there you go.
Layer up. You can wear all that leather without sweating like crazy.
I mean, it was snowing outside a couple days ago where I am.
No, sir.
There's snow outside. I'll take a picture of it and post it on the Gen Chat next time.
I'm good. I'm good on snow for the rest of my life.
Nah. I want more.
No, sir, you want more until it's dirty everywhere, everything's wet.
And you got
I have to be in the office full time, so if they close the office, I can go in. And I don't have to work, so...
They're gonna make sure them roads are plowed, that's for certain. But okay. Alright, so back into Drakkenheim. Let's see what we got going on our dashboard here. I don't think we've done anything bad or good enough to move any of this other stuff down here. I think we're pretty good on that. Custom goals. Discover the identity of Camilla von Kessel and capture Nimber Broadbow. I know things may have changed with Nimber Broadbow, but I'm leaving that up there because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to still search this person out. And on our docket over here, things to do, we got Reed Manor and the Smithy on the Scar. still to go through. And of course, on the larger world map, you guys have some other places that you guys have posted. This Bloody X's, Korgoth ship, and then of course, good old Arnud, who got his skull bashed in, told you guys that there was some stuff here on the west side of Drakkenheim. But that's about it. To level 6, it looks like we're going to start working on some faction missions here, so hopefully we'll knock somebody's out and move on to the next level. The current day is the 17th. We're about to go into the 18th because it is evening time. But before we hop into that, who wants to go ahead and pine for do a recap here for us? Pine for some inspiration. What I was going to say. Who wants to give it a shot? Y'all gonna need it. I rolled up my random encounters. There's some. There's a couple shitty ones here. Well, it's fun for me at least. But
yeah, don't worry. I'll roll my one today. That's a given.
Yeah, let's get the one out there.
I will certainly never turn down inspiration when it's on the table.
Do it, Shane.
Do it.
All right, guys. Last time on Dungeons of Drakkenheim, we return to the party walking back towards the town of Emberwood, where Ansem, Loey, Alice, Ron, in fact, I think everybody other than Kolabati decided to get a drink down at the local watering hole, the Skull and Sword, with our favorite ranger Ansem.
Yes.
On the way back, or into town, we exchange a few words and learn that Ansem is stationed in Drakkenheim in Emberwood Village for a couple 10 days before rotating back, and that he hopes, or actually I think more he's itching to get back into things because it's honestly a little boring at the Watchtower in Emberwood for quote-unquote off-duty rangers.
For reals.
The party approaches the Skull and Sword, and as always, the bar is in a full, violent, raucous form as people are tossed out of the front door. The party comes in to a table that is unoccupied, conveniently.
I know.
Like we were expected. Drinks are had, mostly on Loey's expense, and the party talks with Ansem and learns about the Lord of the Feasts, which Knight Captain Theodore Marshall had spoken of before to the party. That it is indeed a threat within the cathedral, and that the phylactery of St. Vitruvio may be found there as well. In addition, Ansem informs the party that the rumors are that the King of Westamar and the Crown of Westamar specifically may both still be found within the castle, though no ranger has ever managed to pierce its walls and glean inside, or gain entrance. And there's also a few rumors floating around about Queen Lenore escaping the destruction of the castle and its current state. And this topic brings about the conversation of the phylactery in the cathedral, for it is likely that each wielder of these pieces of the Westamar regalia may be the final resting places of these vital artifacts, which I think we reason Hooded Lanterns are super interested in, because that's the only way they're going to get somebody to put that Crown of Westamar on their heads, is to get and collect all the seals.
Gotta catch them all.
Oh yeah. When asked about who should wear the Crown of Westamar and what person Ansem would follow, he has a soldier's mentality over it, and is sure that whoever wears it will be worthy of the crown, because they're probably the only one who can, so he doesn't think that far ahead. He's more of a day-to-day kind of guy, especially with the way Drakkenheim is these days.
I like that. Yeah, he's a day-to-day guy.
Yeah. He also thinks that the church, if they don't like the person that the Hooded Lantern backs for the crown, they can get stuffed, because he doesn't give two shits about what they have to say about that.
Facts.
while this conversation is going on, Lowy steps outside to relieve himself, forgetting about the obvious dangers of being in Emberwood Village, and gets grabbed. And in a panic, the party quickly sobers up, moves outside, realizing, according to Addie, that Lowy's just gone. And words are had between Ansem and the party that get heated. And I suppose a search is had by the rest of the party out and about, trying to figure out where the hell Lowy went or was taken, as his footprints seemingly disappear at the side of the Skull and Sword.
Wink, just gone.
Meanwhile, back at the party's home base, Yanis and Kolabadi talk about his captivity, I believe within the sewers of Drakkenheim, and the sight of the clock tower above Yanis from his cells below the city. There are large gaps, however, in his memory, and mysterious figures wearing false faces of his brother Yorick plague Yanis' mind. After this reminiscing or confiding in Kolabadi about his past, Yanis leaves, and Kolabadi is, I guess, approached, or more likely questioned, and has a ghost summoned up in front of her in the form of Romero, who asks why Kolabadi is getting involved with one of her mother's agents, and talks about the elves who might have betrayed the Shatter Kai so long ago. I didn't get the rest of the conversation, Carl. I'm so sorry. I didn't write it down here, but I think you pacified Romero with your remarks, if I got it right.
I don't think I pacified. I think I antagonized him.
Oh, okay. Antagonizing Romero. But not having any other options, Romero goes quiet after some more heated words are exchanged, and reminds Kolabadi of their need to get to the inscrutable tower, and perhaps even to find this elf north of Drakkenheim.
And Verona von Baden mentioned that there was some malfeasant mage out there who has connections with the archmages of Drakkenheim, and apparently has at least lived long enough to where they may have some information on the tomb of Vladimir von Draken. And Verona would love for Kolabadi to get such a thing, and Romero is like, let's do it, but right now. Continue.
After that conversation with Kolabadi's ghosts, the camera pans over to a wagon rolling down the road south, I believe, of Emberwood Village, where a lone dwarf is chained up inside of a jail cell, his possessions relieved from him inside of what is quite clearly a GRB prison wagon.
Woo-woo.
Speaking to Lowy, Jason Beaumont, a representative of the Geldstadt Royal Bank, reveals that the Queensmen betrayed the bank so long ago during their deal, and uses disguises, according to him, or at least the Queen of Thieves does, to impersonate folk like Nembra Broadbow, as well as gaining leverage over others, for Nembra Broadbow is not the only face the Queen of Thieves uses. Jason then offers to clear Louis' debt in exchange for a modicum portion of profits for a 40-year period, as well as the death of the Queen of Thieves. And Lowy, unsure about the deal, but willing to hear out Jason's offer, and Jason, willing to give Lowy some time to think it over, gives Lowy 72 hours to renegotiate, his location in Caravan Court. And we pick back up that same night, or maybe the next morning, with the party still in Emberwood Village.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Excellent recap. Take some good inspiration. Gonna need it. But before we go ahead and hop back into the thick of things, it is story time. It is story time for Alice. Now, this first part is going to be me yapping, but I kind of have to set the premise. And then if we get to it, we'll finish up with the last part of this at the end of the session. If not, we'll start the next session, finishing up this little tangent. But let's go ahead and hop into it here by going to our realm map. All right. I'm going to zoom in here for our folks who will check this out later. Wait. I hear music. You gotta unmute your tab. Tinu or whatever. Turn on your headphones. Okay. Let's get there and let's go here. All right. So, let's focus on map here on this little region right north of Liberio. Legend has it that a colossal archway spanned this 100+ miles wedge of grassland in between the Drakeclaw Mountains here and the Glimmer Mountains. Fables drum up a vision of an arch made of tons of pure crystal, forming this titanic gateway between the mountain ranges, and that it could be seen from hundreds of miles away. It kind of bending the sunlight and moonlight at its apex into a nice point of light that kind of shined like some guiding star. The conspiracy is that it was constructed by the Arcane Empire, millenniums before the name Tarna meant anything at all. Rumors of the Arch's purpose span from the ancient empire making a political statement about their power, to the Arch being some type of powerful arcane tool used to siphon away ancient glaciers that congested this small strip of land. Regardless, no one knows if any of this is real or just tales. I mean, explorers for generations have tried to find the evidence of this lore. The Amethyst Academy speculates certain geological structures in the region look quote-unquote unnatural and could be the remains of some potent magic from deep history related to this archway. But the Academy would also say the miracle performed by the Church has made verifying anything beyond difficult. Today, this area between the mountains is well trafficked. Armies, commerce, and migrations have come through this narrow strip of land for generations. A large stone highway carves its way between these looming peaks. On either side of the road are a network of minor roads that spread across this rolling grassland to various trade towns. As borders of the main nations ebbed and flowed over the centuries in this area, the land has been relentlessly abandoned and then rebuilt. It's not unusual to find foundations of old forts, churches, institutions, and townships. Currently, the Free State of Liberio here to the south controls this road going north to Louchton and Westamar. Alice, with the help of Clara Goldbound, you were smuggled in one of the dwarven family's caravans from the shores of Caspia to this land between two mountains. While Tinu and Kalina trained at the massive fortification known as Michael's Gate, and Ron wandered the wildlands of the Eastern Vales, and Torrin studied at the Academy in Drainsmoot, and Kolobati plotted her way back to Westamar, you arrived here. It will be another several months before Loey would find his way to this destination, looking to escape a situation all of his own. You arrived to your destination in the sweltering summer after about a week on the road. And let me see here. We'll kind of do this here. Oh. Never mind. The traders, mostly dwarves from Glimmer Mountains, and a few odd mercenaries with interesting tattoos, kind of manned this caravan that you were smuggled on, Alice. They didn't interact with you much, besides telling you when they were stopping for break or boarding for the night. Show this to you guys. And for our string. You recall a feeling of dread, Alice, as you peeked out the back of the wagon, looking for these, this secret place that Clara mentioned, a quote-unquote monastery or something like that. Looking out across the sun-bleached terrain, seeing fields of grassland broken up by patches of forest and rocky hills, you didn't see any monastery. You already passed several small trade towns and deviated off of the highway down treacherous dirt roads. What if something changed in this hasty plan to get you out of Jonestown? And the plan was now to maybe gut you out here in these lands and leave you for dead? Or what if this dirt road led directly to the church or the academy or somewhere worse? This uncertainty plagued you for a few more hours before in the distance your destination came into view. Inspiration to anybody who knows what this is a picture of. Without throwing it in Google, of course. Cheaters. Through waves of heat, beyond the front of the caravan of wagons and Alice, you see this massive, crumbling estate sitting on a sloping hill. As you came closer, the amount of disrepair became evident. Fields with rows of trees looked like it was once maybe a lavish garden, but now is just a mess of weeds and brush. Along the way, you pass several other old buildings that shared this larger estate's kind of lavish design, but now abandoned and scaled in grime. Besides the caravan, you haven't seen one person. Whatever this estate and these buildings were used for had long since sunk into history. The caravan pulled up to this massive manor. Silence all around. No one came out to greet you. You recall the dwarves and the mercenaries riding the wagons around back to an old barn not too far away. They quietly began moving select crates from the wagons into the barn and taking out other crates from the barn and putting them on the wagon. You asked the dwarf what came next after this, and he looked at you and simply said, "Just go into the old house. Let yourself in. I mean, they're in there. They'll come for you, I promise." When you asked who was exactly in this place, he just shook his head with exasperation and went back to his work. With your small bag of things, you approached this old manor. You remember going to one of the countless doors of this old house, trash tumbling across your path in the warm summer breeze, the sound of your footsteps echoing off of the elaborate stonework, no locks or security of any type in sight here. You opened a door, one of many, and stepped inside. Standing inside an empty, cobweb-filled room was her. Gudrun. With a stern voice of warning that you would get to know, she swiftly commanded you to follow her with no introduction. She led you through a maze of corridors and rooms, all abandoned and tinged with a faded opulence. Any questions or conversation you maybe have tried to make along the way was rebuffed with silence. Down a dizzying spiral staircase, you were led into the bowels of this place. You remember the dingy smell and the coldness. She stopped at an old pair of double doors and commanded you to close your eyes, and you did. You heard the door open and a whisper to walk forward. And you did. You heard the door close behind you, and after a moment, your keen ears begin to detect the sounds of others here. You heard shuffling and breathing. And then you heard a whisper in your ear to open your eyes. And when you did, your eyes adjusted to the darkness of the room, which is like near pitch black. And after a moment, you saw pairs of barely perceptible points of light all around this room. The pairs came in a variety of colors. You realize that these lights are coming from at least a dozen pair of eyes all around the room. You instantly reflected on what you've seen in the mirror your whole life, especially when you're in the darkest of places. The darkness was dispelled by the light of a lantern in the room. And standing around you were at least a dozen of them. Old men and women, dressed in clothes from an older generation. They stared at you with a disturbing fascination. They moved closer, reaching out with their dirty hands, touching your skin. And that's when Gudrun said, "Welcome home, Alice." And we'll get back to that after some romping in Drakkenheim. So, with that being said, let's start with, we'll stay on this map here for a second, but I'm going to go ahead and throw up our picture here of, do I still got it? Is it, Emberwood? No, I didn't delete it, did I? Boo. Well. No place. Scenes. Wilderness. There it is. Loey. You find yourself on a dark road. Marching. You got your stuff back on. Maybe you have a torch out, maybe you don't. But you have a long trek back to you guys' hideout. Is there anything you do at this moment? The wagons are long gone.
I don't have anything I could alert the party with. So I think beyond settling into what's going to be a probably long night and early morning, Loey just makes for Emberwood as staunchly as his feet will carry him, carrying on a marching pace down the road, keeping his eyes on a swivel to see if there's anything along the path that might be hidden, waiting to ambush travelers. But he's not lighting a torch. He'd rather not be seen.
Got it. You're keeping a lookout, and this is a dangerous place. A few times you have to kind of stop and go silent and really listen out, thinking you heard something. But then you march on. I'm going to fast track the rest of the party back to the guild, to the hideout. Unless you guys want to do some shopping or something. Ansem left you guys to go back to the tower after fighting a spider and throwing up and all of that mess. And you guys wherever you want throughout Emberwood. You go to the Bark and Buzzard, you go to the Gilded Lily, you look everywhere. You do not find Loey at all. And actually, he's far enough away to where you get back to the guild before him. With all of you, I mean, Kolabadi, you see the party march back up to the front door, and I'll go there. Now, what are we doing here before Loey gets back?
Well, let's see. Well, I was originally I'd grabbed the horse to meet up with them in town. So
I would say that, okay, in that case, I mean, you met up with them, you looked around with them, all of you come back together. You're all here.
Okay, do we keep going?
Do we have any way of even figuring out where he is?
I tried sending, but it didn't work. I think he's unconscious.
Brent, how long? Yeah, I was about to say, how long ago was it? Because we could try again. We could try sending again after.
well, I think we're out of. I think she's out of slots for that.
I'm not.
Well, Kaylee has it. I mean, Kala.
Drop the text of the spell for me.
Now I gotta go open my thing. Give me a second.
I got you. Sending.
Are you gonna try it again?
I think if it's been
It's
a
been
while,
like
been a good couple hours and
Mhm.
we haven't heard back, then we would try again probably.
Sure, and we'll say that on the road, Loey, you get this mental ping. But I don't know, what do you say, Kalina?
Oh, 25 words. Okay. We tried this earlier. You might still be unconscious. If you are still alive, Alice is going to kill you. Please respond if you're alive. That's 25.
Excellent. You get the message loud and clear, Loey.
Brent, is magic commonplace in Drakkenheim? Like sendings, do people know about it, or is this like a kind of a new thing?
In Drakkenheim, yes, the spells and stuff are quite common, just because of the concentration of the various different types of people. But in the world, in the realm at large, not so much, unless you're dealing with the academy, or maybe you live in a big city or something like that. But I would say you traveled extensively throughout this realm, and plus, I believe your party members have used this spell before. You would probably know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Kala. Or, sorry, you wouldn't say Kala. Kalina. Oh, right. Sending. Living. Tell Addie I'm okay. I ran into the bank. I got a talk with Addie about some things. Don't, and then the message cuts off.
All right.
I'll do the thing, when you get a phone call from somebody but you don't want to let them know, or you don't want to make any noise, I'm going to be doing that and flapping my arm and trying to get their attention. Be like, he's alive. It was the bank. He says he's alive. He says he's good. That he needs to talk to you.
Where is he?
He didn't say.
But he's alive. And
But he's alive.
We'll see how long that lasts. And Alice will come and sit on these like little troughs areas and sit on it with their elbows on her knees, staring down, waiting for Louis. She's not moving until he shows up.
All right, what does the rest of you guys do?
Kolobatu will go back downstairs.
Yeah, you head inside and you hear Yanis snoring. He's on a ruined chair. Venus is just sitting in his lap, just staring at the fire, just panting. He occasionally twitches and like mumbles to himself. But you head downstairs without him waking up or anything. The rest of you folks, what are you doing?
Did Yanis by chance leave any food prepped?
You go into the You go into the kitchen, and you see, you move yourself. You see that there is a big pot of some stew in there. If you touch the pot, it's still a bit warm.
Alright, I'll grab a mug or something, just grab a serving and sit down and eat.
Got it. The rest of you?
I think Alina's gonna stay outside, and if Alice seems to at any point want to talk, she'll be there. But it kind of seems like she doesn't, so she's just gonna hang out and like keep an extra eye, like leaning on the porch.
Okay. Tinu?
I guess I would go over and pat Alice on the shoulder. Like, hey, I'm here if you need to talk, and then I guess I'll go eat too. I'll go inside and sit with Ron. I'll kind of eye what he's eating first, like, is that clean? Is it contaminated?
I don't know, how's it taste?
It tastes good.
Okay.
It's like the best meal you've had since you've been up in this place. It's delicious.
Totino, it's eh.
Oh, okay. I guess I will take out my mess kit and get some too then.
Got it. Let's see here. Here we go. Salty Feathers lands on the fence that you're kind of leaning up against, Alice, and he looks at you and he goes, "You're like a school of swimming minnows. You dart around but nowhere to go. Squawk!" And he bobs his head up and down.
Don't make me get my dog.
He is unperturbed.
Yeah.
So he just cocks his head to the side. Kolobati, once downstairs, do you do anything?
I guess I'm just like checking the water supplies and all that.
Okay, yeah. You check inventory. Everything looks pretty good since you guys have left it. If you're still enough, you can hear the running water under your feet and the floorboards. Any other conversation want to be had before Lois shows up here?
I will head back upstairs after a while and wait and join everyone in the wait for Louie.
It's getting late, and you finish your food, Tinu, Ron, and you guys are sitting around, and then like a couple hours later, you hear footsteps, and all of you kind of perk up. Those of you who are outside, and you see through the dark a haggard Loie approaching.
Alice will get up and run towards him.
Don't kill him! Don't kill him!
Roll initiative.
Boy, like looks up after a very, very long march, tired. Oh, Addie. He nods.
You're gonna look him over. You don't look hurt or anything, right?
Give me a medicine check?
Just his pride.
I hope it rolls low, because if you're that dirty, Alice isn't even gonna touch you. To be honest. Oh, well. 17.
The only thing you would notice of odd, because Loey doesn't wear a hat or anything, is that there's a bulge at the back of Loey's head. Quite obviously. And you can only glean it because it's crest just above the rise of his head.
What's this, huh? And she'll poke it.
Ah! Hey! Careful with that! And he, goes up to, keep your hand away from the back of his head. Just a nice way for Beaumont to be greeting me.
With the 17, you also notice, Alice, there's a swollen red spot, towards the back of his neck.
What about this little spot on your neck?
Oh, I didn't even feel that. Spot back there?
Yeah, if you touch it, it hurts.
Ah! Boy grunts.
You walked away from the bank.
Yeah, they're, He looks past you and he sees Kalina.
I also look over her shoulder.
I'm
She probably needs to look at you anyways.
keeping my distance. I want to be out of earshot. I'm trying not to listen in. I don't know if
Okay.
that's far enough in game, but
Yeah, if you're not leaning, staring and
no,
trying.
no. I am trying not to listen.
In Dwarven, Louis will tell you, Alice. Yeah, they nabbed me outside. I was an idiot. I should have waited. Shows me for not pissing in teams, apparently.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've done it on the road plenty of times before. Why this time?
I just didn't think Beaumont knew I was here. Well,
Yeah, but even if it wasn't Beaumont, we were at the Skull and Sword.
I felt like Mel wouldn't let anything happen yet. We haven't been on his shit list. Not yet, at least. But you're right, I got careless. I should have waited.
What
Sorry.
happened?
Ho, 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 and a bottle of rum. These little adventurers are so dumb. Salty Feathers is the name. Watching adventures, courage turns sour is my game.
You're lucky Tinu likes you. I put a hole through you, you damn bird. Louis shouts at the parrot and pirate in common.
You see, he just begins doing circles above you guys.
Alright, well, so I don't have to aggravate this damn headache. Beaumont gave me an offer.
And
Well, aside from a majority ownership in what's left of my clan business, and me, I guess, as partner, he wants the Queen of Thieves dead. That he says in Dwarven.
the Queen. I mean, that's a tall ask.
Mm-hmm. But he's willing to rub out the debt if I can do it. And what's more, apparently, that Queen of Thieves likes to use disguises. Remember my uncle? He was telling me about seeing Yorick questioned by him while he was in fetters, imprisoned by him. Well, turns out Nembra's one of this Queen of Thieves' aliases. So says Jason, at least.
but like it's her alias, like full, like that's the only time Nimbra exists, or has used, or there really is a separate Nimbra too.
I haven't thought of that, but Jason believes it's
Because then who is the queen holding in the for the fight for you if that's really who is the Queen of Thieves? That doesn't make any sense.
maybe she's pretending to be Nimbra down there, or maybe she doesn't exist and we're gonna get a welcome from her and find out that Nimbra doesn't exist once we're nice and safe in her sewers.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And so what'd you do?
I
He
told
let
him
you walk away?
I told him I'd think about it, and he gave me 3 days before I have to meet him in Caravan Court. Starting 4 hours ago. He looks back over his shoulder at the road.
So have you made your decision? Are you taking it, or are we evading it the bank even further?
Well, I don't like the Queen of Thieves, what she's done, but I don't trust Jason not to put some sort of crap or shite in that contract he shoved in my face while I was chained to his prison wagon and beaten over the head. That's the way the bank likes doing business, at least. But I'm not good at contract negotiations. Use some help on that end.
So you want you want me to look it over?
You're glad to teach you about paperwork and stuff, lass. I didn't think you had a mind for it either. Am I wrong?
So we have to go. So you want to go back and look this over, which I think is a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Do you have any room at all to negotiate?
Well, I would like the hands of the man what robbed me while I was with him. But beyond that, I guess my word. And Jason's greed. Whatever his Duchess told him to do.
What's he getting out of this?
A promotion, I bet. Or something. Business. This gold-bound business was profitable, but I've sold off a lot of that getting here. Probably an investment is the way he'd look at it.
Well, I mean, if there's a promotion, you might have some room to have something amended within his power, but unless you actually sit down and read it and talk with him about it, then it's going to be what it's going to be, and you're going to have time to read through it. If you wait till the last minute, that makes you look worse in this situation. I told you should have just paid your bounty as a down payment to keep them off your back for a little bit.
He would have wanted that contract signed then and there. I was hoping I'd be able to lie low enough so that way I could pay him off and he'd shut the hell up about it. Which, technically, we could still do. I don't know. Hey, we got time. I don't want to put it to the others yet. He doesn't.
No, we have limited time.
We got days.
We shouldn't wait until the last minute, but yes. Do you know if they're in business with the Iron Helms that we want to go see?
Well, now that you mention it, Jason was planning on taking me up north. Roundabouts where, I think, if he goes all the way to the mountains, where the Iron Helms come from, they must know about the Royal Bank.
Well,
I don't know.
think that's where we're heading, Lulu. Maybe you should talk to Reginald about it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Get his opinion.
If he's been dealing with it, he'll know more of the intricacies and things, right?
Maybe he'd be even willing to read the contract. Yeah. All right.
Well, we got to get them set up with the academy, away from the queens. All right, yeah, you need sleep and to get clean. You smell. Come
Oh,
on.
okay. And Lloyd just follows Alice over to clean up.
Yeah, if they start walking towards me, can I see how rough Louis looks to see what kind of spell I need to cast?
Sure, yeah, roll in medicine. I mean, besides a bit tired, and a little banged up, I mean, looks alright for the most part, you know?
Alright, I'll do just like a first level cure wounds just in case, because we're going to sleep.
Oh, thank you very much, Kalina. That helps a lot.
It is literally just the lowest I could have rolled.
Just get a gentle touch on your shoulder and this burning sensation on your neck and your head. You know, this pounding headache seems to dull a bit.
Good. Wake up later then. All right. Thank you, Kalina. I'll get some sleep. I think we got business in the morning to be handling.
You're okay for handling business in the morning?
I've had worse. Appreciate the healing, though.
You've had I need to hear that story someday.
Maybe when we go drinking again,
Sure.
All right. I assume you guys head in. Tinu, Ron. Yeah, I mean, you heard them arrive. You heard them talking outside. But do you guys do anything? It's up to you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, just seeing he's alive. Like, do I need to heat up a bath for you now too?
It's just my boots that, well, I don't know. He looks down.
You guys are so spoiled.
They are.
No warm baths.
I ain't used to it either, but
It's okay. I think he deserves it after what he went through.
All right. Well, I guess with that, I mean, it sounds like, now, you know, stop me if I'm moving too fast here. You guys march downstairs, settle in for the night. Oops. Let me, do this. And go to your respecting rooms. And I'm going to fast track to the morning if there's nothing left to be said. Yanis is just snoring upstairs. Unless somebody wakes him up, he just sits there.
Does the dog curl up in his lap?
Yeah. You notice that Venus doesn't seem to sleep. He just seems to sit there.
I would give him a little bit of food before heading downstairs.
Laps it up.
Before, or I guess as people are going to sleep, I'm gonna knock on Alice's door. Just see if she responds.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
You don't have to tell me anything. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Is Louis asleep?
how long?
If you waited until like people turned in, then sure, we can go ahead and say that you came a bit later while he was asleep.
That works.
Yeah.
She'll kind of like look back over Louis and like go to step out of the room and close the door behind her. I mean, just another problem we're all gonna have to deal with. I know he'll tell you guys. It's not really my business to share. Are you okay?
I mean, I wasn't talking about his you were really upset, and I know you guys are close, and I couldn't imagine if something separated Tinu from me. So I wanted to... I know he'll tell us whatever he feels like telling us tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure you were, you know, okay after all of it as well.
I'm starting to understand a bit more how close you and your sister are in wanting to save your brother, because Louis' sister was the closest thing I had to a mom, so he's kind of like the uncle that you just met, but reminds you a lot of the one person you considered family. I've never had a family to lose. I don't really know how to process that without really wanting to go just stab the hell out of somebody.
Sometimes you want to stab the hell out of them as well, but
It was tempting.
it does get better. Sort of. If you're worrying about him and you don't think you're close, that will only get harder.
No, I guess we're close. This
But
is
it's
part.
really worth it.
You still feel that way about your brother? Because your sister seems to want to kill him.
Damn.
I sort of want to kill him as well, but he's still my brother, and he was really important to us growing up. He looked out for us, we looked out for him. He's family. And he's being an idiot right now, and he's kind of being an asshole. And if we stab him, I'll make sure to heal him immediately afterwards, but...
I'll hold him down for you if you want.
Jesus.
Kind of gives you a little smile.
You know, that might... At least a punch. At least a punch. I feel like after all of this, he deserves that. But...
Oh, I'm the wrong person to talk to about checking in on what you do with your family, considering what happened to Orion, so...
Yeah, but I don't think he counts. I guess I shouldn't make that assumption, but even if he was, you know, around you growing up, he didn't
Not really.
actually seem like family. I feel like Loey's your family, and hopefully us-ish now?
Yeah. That about sums it up. It's just weird seeing people actually be there for other people without an ulterior motive. Hard to trust.
You might have to get used to that too, because I don't think we're going anywhere.
I hope none of us are going anywhere without it being where we want to go. I like having you around.
I like having you around. I'm gonna go to sleep now. And
Okay.
you should check on Chloe, probably.
Thank you for checking in. She'll kind of like do this sideways awkward hug.
This is, yep, kind of the, like, too loose hug, and then go back to bed.
Aww.
But like right before you can
Nice.
leave, you'll feel like a little tap on your nose, and Alice will like run into the door and close it quickly.
Adorables! Look at you guys building rapport. That's what I like to see. All right. You know, take inspiration, both of you.
Aww. We will
Is that what
eat...
it takes?
Huh?
What?
Is that what it takes?
Fish sticks.
Talking about stabbing our siblings? Yeah.
No, to get inspiration.
Awkward hugs.
All right. Kolabati, roll me some numbers here.
Oh, finally, I think.
Not
Or is
bad.
that the same? Or is
No,
that
no,
the?
that's
Yep.
It is quiet this evening.
Alone with my thoughts.
All right. At this moment, all of you settle in for a well-earned night's rest. I mean, we got to think like you guys came back. Did you rest after choreograph the ship? Was this all on the same day? I think it's all on the same day. I could be wrong.
Well, no, it's been because it's been
No.
it's been a week.
You're
or
right.
so
I'm sorry.
because
I'm
of
sorry. Yeah, I'm jumping past the downtime days, but it feels like you guys have been on the grind for a minute. But okay. The sun rises. Everyone gets up, grabs their items, checks inventory. You already can smell some food or something being cooked upstairs. You grab your backpacks, things you need on this journey, apparently to the Scar. And you guys look at each other after a nice bit of rest. I'm gonna move everybody upstairs. You see, Yanis is up and goes, ah, there's everybody. A little bit too much drinking out there, huh? It's all good. You deserve it. This, you see, he describes what is like some type of meal porridge. He goes, if I had some meat, it'd be a lot more dense, but I was able to go ahead and get some stick of fat. You see that he has like some butter. Spices, they help a lot. This should keep you going. And he gives each of you a bowl. He just kind of slides it on the table.
Thank him for the meal. And
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Makes the eyes water. Well done, Uncle.
So you see he nods in approval. So, anything you need done? While, you're off seeing the Iron Helms?
Hey, Brent, question.
Yes.
Have we seen anybody with livestock? Chickens, goats, whatever?
The only meat you've seen around this place has been at the Bark and Buzzard, and, you're pretty sure that is probably imported in. But, yeah, you haven't seen any cattle or people grazing or anything of that nature. There's been some dried meats at the Caravan Court you can buy, of course.
I was more wondering if Yanis could get a hold of some chickens.
Yeah, you haven't seen... Excuse me. Yeah.
Better.
You're killing him.
You haven't seen any livestock or anything around free roaming.
Okay. Alrighty, well, then, nope, nothing from me.
Are you taking that thing with you? You see, points at Venus, who's just sitting in front of the fire, staring at it.
probably not this time, I would think.
Oh, you're confused in a scar.
Why are we not taking the dog? I
What
spent
if
all these days training it.
But what if he goes crazy when aren't we going to see the doors? He's gonna be going crazy in there, right?
Put him in the
They
bag.
are,
And they'll
they are mining
know.
the stuff.
Just put him in the bag.
Can
Alright.
you breathe
That doesn't.
in the bag of holding?
Is that
Oh, I didn't. He's not like fully alive like us. He's part machine, and Alice will go over and hit the button that like unlocks that Emma had found.
Yeah,
Crystal, yeah.
You see, yeah, there's a chunk of delirium in its back, in a compartment.
What?
Yeah, it's Venus's. I gotta talk to River, because apparently the Academy has to know more about him. Just saying, whenever we get to talk to River, not like we don't need to deviate, but
Delirium detected.
Oh! Wait, so we could just literally throw him in the bag? But that feels wrong!
I mean, why? Why does that feel wrong?
Because he can't breathe in there!
He barely breathes out here. Do you hear him?
Okay!
Wait, can we just is he alive?
I don't know.
I'm gonna put my finger in front of his nose. Is he breathing, Brett?
You put your finger in front of our guy's nose here, and you don't anything. I mean, he's kind of panting, but you feel some air from that.
Is it chest expanding?
No, not really.
I think he'll be fine in the bag if it comes down to it.
What if we kill him, though?
Did we get him just to sit here and look pretty?
Okay. Can I, like, do a medicine check and feel his body?
Like,
Kala, help me.
oh, Cure Wounds only works on living creatures, right? It doesn't have any effect on undead or constructs. So, can we feel if that magic, like, takes on him?
Or maybe you can cut him.
You're not sure.
Kind of bad.
Yeah, but even undead things get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody's trained in Arcana, they can roll that.
Torin!
But -1. Oh no!
I guess Kolobati will take a look.
Yeah, you got Venus.
Thank
I mean,
you, Vati.
doesn't resist or anything. He just kind of his legs dangle as you hold him.
There you go.
Venus, good boy.
Nice roll.
19.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you get a sense that this thing is more of a clockwork than a living creature. It's definitely more of a construct. You get a sense that if anything, removing this delirium crystal would probably kill it before suffocation.
Holy shit.
Well, I recommend stealing him back up, and he should be okay in the bag.
Okay.
Impressive.
As long as we don't kill him.
I mean, I don't want to kill him either, but if we're going into Drakkenheim, we might as well take him, right?
Yeah.
Keep it safe. Aye.
Need him at some
Agreed.
Oh, does your alarm spell only let you know, Bati?
But it depends on how I set it. I can either set it as an audio alarm or have it ping me, but once we enter Drakkenheim, I won't be able to sense it anymore.
Excuse me. Maybe loud, and then we can show Uncle where to hide, so nothing happens to him.
Oh, good call, teenager. Uncle,
Huh?
folks come around the house. You know where to hole up so that way you're not seen.
Yeah. Downstairs in that cupboard where y'all sleep at.
Not
Close.
too far down, though.
He doesn't seem to
Just
know what you're
where-
exactly talking about.
Just, yep, one of our rooms is great. That's perfect.
I don't think he
Thumbs up.
knows about that.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you go downstairs and to the back room, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
behind the weird wall thing, right?
Just make sure to close the wall behind you. They can't get in that way.
Got it. You got some water down there, right?
And barrels.
Uh-huh.
Right.
There
Ah.
should be like a lot of barrels of water down
I
there.
can use a bath.
Oh my gosh, yes. I guess.
The tub's still downstairs, Uncle. If you wanna, I don't think I've emptied it yet.
Oh, here. Bati, give me some soap, and I'll break off a slice of the soap that Bati had given Alice and hand it over to Giannis. You'll feel so much better after a bath.
I bet. He gives you guys a nod. Alright, scrub it up! You see, he just goes downstairs.
Stove's down there too, Uncle. If you want to heat up the water, take you a while to fill it though.
Alright!
Okay, well,
Feel better
I'll-
about him prepping the food clean.
How heavy is Venus, by the way, Brent?
Oh, not heavy
20
at
pounds?
all.
It's tiny, like pug.
Yeah, it's a pug dog. Look up the average weight of a pug, and that's how much you weigh. Well, actually, average weight of a pug. Let me see here.
Come on,
average weight of a
harassing me.
clockwork plug.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, a clockwork pug, it's about 20 pounds.
Okay. That's easy enough to put in the bag.
Okay, I gotta write that down. So our bag doesn't blow up.
Mechanically,
Yeah.
you know, Venus can detect delirium deposits. I mean, you've heard him say it many times. You're not sure of that while in the bag, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want him quiet because if we're in wherever that is and he's saying that as the dwarves hear him, of course they're gonna try to take him.
Alright,
Well, you want to leave him then?
No, we should bring him in case we run
No,
into
we
the
should-
area.
Yeah, we should bring him, but then before we get to wherever we're going, I forgot the name of the place already. We'll
The
just put him
Scarf.
in the bag before. Yeah, the scarf. We'll just put him in the bag when we get close.
I mean, I can try to make him quiet too. I got him to be quiet a few times.
All right.
Mhm.
alright.
All right.
You drop the you drop the pug in the bag of holding. I mean, there's no reaction on this dog's face. You just lower him in and close the bag. You guys grab your things, and
I'll set up a ritual cast of alarm at the
got it.
at the usual spot and set up for an audible alarm.
All right. Let me note this. Alarm setup. Audible. Got it. When you guys head out the door, and begin, I guess, moving towards Emberwood, and I guess eventually on to Drakkenheim, all of you at certain points, squawking, and you notice in the sky, kind of keeping up with you, is Salty Feathers, as he just flies above you guys. If you stop,
Oh,
he stops.
wait. Hold on. I actually did have something for my uncle to do. Forgot about this.
Yes.
One sec. Louie's gonna run back just as we're leaving at the front door.
That's fine.
Uncle,
You
Yes.
go downstairs. He's half naked. Huh?
Loie takes out a very familiar-looking bloody sack out of his backpack and sets it on the ground. Can you make this into a skull? You know, nice board or something. I gotta get a plaque made.
That's got some good knives. I think so. You see, he looks in it, and he lifts out the head. Ugh. You
Be a
see, he
good
puts-
story for the inn, huh?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and it up. You know, have you ever had Minotaur meat?
Those things look kind of gross to eat, Uncle, but I imagine it tastes like steak, eh?
Yeah, you're right. I'll clean it up for you.
Louie looks at his uncle and gives him a nod and wonders what Minotaur cheek tastes like as he goes back upstairs.
Ew.
All right.
Alright, yeah, you guys head off towards Emberwood. It's a glorious day out. You know that it's a bit cool. Clear skies. I shouldn't say it's a bit cool. It's a bit biting out, and occasionally there's a light, gentle breeze, but it reminds you of this cold. You guys head through Emberwood. Is there anything you guys would like to do here? Actually, what I should do is you guys realize you got to plot a course, and I'm gonna say that you guys stop at the Bark and Buzzard, or you could choose wherever you want. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. You can stop at the Gilded Lily, Bark and Buzzard, or you want to do this.
Should we go check if that guy has another bag of holding, Alice?
You want a third bag of holding?
No, Alice.
Where's
Alice
the
get
second
a
one?
one?
Oh,
She didn't get
He
it.
didn't have a second one at that.
He didn't have a second. I don't know if I have the coin for it right now.
Oh yeah.
I
that's
am.
true. I'll only
Bought some
do
clothes.
something. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
All right. Well, maybe you guys head over to, I'm gonna say, the Bark and Buzzard then. And you guys drop inside, and you can smell the bacon fat in the air. You can hear it sizzling and cooking. And there's already, people all around here. I mean, your tokens are still in this area, but you guys get the deal. You find an empty table, and let's go ahead and plot some courses before you guys head out. So let's go to our world map, or our Drakkenheim map. Slam it on the table, hold down the edges with a couple cups, and you take out your charcoal pencil. You know that number 19 on our map here is supposed to be the Scar. Tell me how you get in there.
Well, it seems easy enough. Could just take the
Straight
We're
shot?
gonna fly. No, I'm just kidding.
go up the road a little bit.
Well, real quick, big question. What time is it? Because they do their shift change at 9 o'clock.
This
Yeah, we
is
missed
true.
the 9 a.m. one.
You missed the 9 a.m. Shot for sure, and you know that they all gather at 9 p.m.
So we don't have to be there till 9 p.m. Do we want to stop and get your holy water?
Yes. Can we go this way then? Here.
Sure. I got time.
Go back up this way.
If we got even longer, we could always go to that delirium crater on this side of the river.
Where is that at?
Just north of the Scar.
And that
How
Yeah, that
long
gooey
would it
monster
take
was.
us to go up there? Wait, but then that means we would be in Drakkenheim at night.
We're gonna be there at night anyway.
Ah, we can go to the chapel first, right now.
see how long that takes and go from there.
See if anybody gives us any trouble.
Okay.
So what time is it now, Brett?
Let's see. I'm gonna say 10. It's about 10 a.m.
Okay. So we've got time. I mean, we can hang out at the Scar too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is the Scar safe though? Do we know anything about the Scar?
Nope. Also don't know, well, maybe. They probably know about us. I suspect that Ed just talked to his fellow family members, his clan members.
So since we're not going to stay long at the church, why don't we go to the church and then we'll go to the Scar? If it's still like, I don't know, I'm being hopeful, like 2 p.m., then we can go to the Delirium Pond and then come back to the Scar.
Ah, that's fair.
Because that's like way more time that we have if we get there around 2.
And who knows what we'll run into. Might be more
Yeah.
thing.
We should just assume that there will be an an extra 3 hours in there. Like 3 hours somewhere where something will go wrong.
How far is this travel, Brent? From like here to I think we
I think that's it's an hour or two.
Yeah, let me just double check our timetable here.
or we could go like a straight hit like this.
Yeah, probably. I think it's the easiest to navigate.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, you guys know that you can, well, in choosing a direction, you choose your pace that you go. You can go fast, normal, or slow. Going a normal pace, you know that every half a mile, about 2,500 feet, is about an hour of travel.
Still take us a little less than 3 hours to get to the church from here.
Yes.
Okay. Or a little more than 2 hours, I should say. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Brent, also, can I say I've already bought water skins because it's on my downtime? I just forgot to put it into my items purchased.
Sure.
Right? Or do you? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now.
Do we have water skins?
No, but those are for like water. I need for like the holy water. Just store it and bring
Oh,
it back.
You got bottles last time. Remember, you bought bottles from those people.
That was for casting at home, and I had casted at home, so we have some at home.
Got it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I need a lot of containers.
So you guys go back to St. Brenna's Chapel?
Yep.
Why is
Alright,
he
then we're good.
smiling?
Why is he so nervous?
Hold on.
0.2 gold pieces is 2 silver, right, you guys?
What'd you
And
say?
Because 0.2 gold pieces is 2 silver,
Correct.
Yes.
and then
Yep.
since we're in Drakkenheim, it's double, right? So it's 4
Yeah.
silver for 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then 4. How much is 4 pints of liquid? Oh my gosh,
A lot.
Well, that's half a gallon.
Yeah.
half a gallon. How much?
You want to know how much is in like a vial of holy water?
Milk gallon. It's about half of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. And then how many gallons is a pound? We should just have like a universal weight thing.
Oh my God.
Well, unfortunately, U.S. refuses to go
I've been
metric.
trying that for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. So
Yep.
I guess we can carry like 2 pounds in the bag of holding and still have room for stuff. I mean, not 2 pounds, 16 pounds? Is that
Wait.
too much water?
How much are
No,
you planning to
easily.
put in there?
I'm
16
planning to get
pounds.
4 of the water flask, and then
Oh.
so that would be 2 gallons. And then 2 gallons would be 16 pounds, right?
Yep. Makes sense.
Yes.
I just did a lot of math and didn't write anything down, so my brain is like, what? Okay, I
Two.
said
You're buying 2 water skins for 16 pounds of holy water.
No, I wouldn't.
But-
I would need 4 skins because
She
2
need 4 skins if you want that
16.
much.
Oh yeah, because it's 4 pounds of water.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
water skin itself says it weighs 5 pounds, I think, instead of
Oh, that's so
4
dumb.
pounds. I think
Okay.
a gallon is 8 pounds.
Yes, and a water skin is half a gallon, so 4 pounds plus the weight of the skin.
So 9 pounds per water skin if it's full of your holy water.
No, a water skin holds half a gallon.
Which would normally be 4 pounds, but it says it weighs 5. It's
Yes,
probably because
the
it's
weight of the
taking
skin.
into account the weight
Oh,
of the skin.
okay. So it would be 10 then for 2.
If you want 4 skins, 4 skin is 20 pounds.
Okay. Well,
Cool. Awesome. We got there.
Guys, this is why I'm
Good job.
good at
Mathing.
My
20
husband
pounds.
is a mature adult and just turned and said foreskin.
I was already on that tangent, so.
Sorry, technically he looked at me and said, "How many skins?" to get me to repeat foreskins.
Oh my god, that's so
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16 silver. Okay. 16 silver. 4 skins.
Okay.
4 water skins. Okay, there. Okay, I'm ready now. Sorry, guys. I had to do the math because I was like, I need to know how much I'm getting.
That's our journey, Brent.
Hold on 1 second, just I haven't revisited this map in a minute, so
It could just be a quick trip and we don't run into anything at all.
How much is breakfast at the Bark and Buzzard, Brent? Probably throw that out so we don't have to eat later.
let's see. If you go to Discord,
No,
Bark and Buzzard, screenshot in here says meal costs 1 gold.
Perfect. All right.
Your uncle fed us before we left.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
mine,
paid.
yeah.
You're that hungry, Louis?
Well,
Damn.
you know, I'm trying to keep my weight up. It's good for healing now. This time. Forgot about that.
I mean, you still need to be able to climb trees, right?
Yeah, he's carb loading.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Carb loading, yes.
You guys know
Probably.
what? I could have just added it to the bag of holding on my character sheet, and it says right there 20 pounds.
Oh,
Wow.
we got there.
Overthinking for the win.
I forgot you guys are going to head over here. Jesus, alright.
You could just let us go, Brett. It
You
could
can
just
go!
Just be
Nobody's stopping you from going at
No,
all.
I'm
No,
saying
you
it
could,
could just be a
hand
quick
wave
trip
our
with no encounters.
We got to earn that though, right, Brent?
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
That down.
We're used to normal walking pace is 2 miles an hour, right, Brent?
3.
So if you go normal speed, it is every half a mile is an hour. You go fast, every mile is an hour. If you decide to go slow, then every quarter mile is an hour. But there is benefits to each paces. If you are going fast, obviously you get there quicker. But the detriment to that is you are less perceptive, of course. You're just trying to move and get quickly to where you are, which means that, who knows what may jump out at you. If you're going slower, the detriment is it takes you longer to get to where you're going, but you could be a bit more perceptive and looking around and searching. And obviously normal, kind of, get the balance of both.
Oh, did we ever figure out, guys, if we could just put delirium in the bag of holding without the box?
I think we agreed that's dangerous for some reason.
Yeah, because then when
Yes.
you have to pull it out, you're touching it.
Oh, so that
Mhm.
means we only have the one box for delirium.
Yep.
Would any of us? I feel like we would have discussed this during downtime. Would we have gotten another one?
Well, we considered it if we got a second bag of holding. So we'd have 2 separate kits and boxes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll look at that when we get a second bag.
Okay.
Mhm.
How much did that weigh? I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, we said it was like a regular chest.
30 pounds.
Okay.
I think is treasure chest weight.
And I will put...
Or 25. Sorry, dear.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Travel pace let's see, where do I want to put this? Let's put it under. All right, I'm gonna put this under. Hopefully you guys can remember. I don't blame you if you don't, though. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the travel pace in the DoD Maps channel. So just
Perfect.
Yeah, just as a reminder of benefits and effects for each. If you click the image and expand it, you can kind of see what we got going here. Yeah, fast, can't use stealth, perception checks made at disadvantage, and you got to roll double on the random encounter table. Yeah, rolls 2d20 and takes the lowest, obviously. Normal, you can't use stealth traveling normal, but your perceptions are made normally. And then, of course, if you're traveling slow, you can use stealth. And your investigation and perception checks are made with advantage. So. But all right. So let me go back to where you guys are at here on the map. And I want to go ahead and mark this path you guys are taking. Could somebody draw that path?
The green one is drawn.
Is it on there? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's on
It's all right.
yeah.
I see it on my other screen here. I can do that.
Okay.
Let's see here. Blink. Let's do green, regular. Going here. Here we go. Okay. Here to there. To there, then there, and straight across. Got it. All right, and then show me how you guys are getting to the scar after here. You're just going to take the straightest path there. Just a straight line to the scar.
Think so.
I saw somebody drawing a street. Okay. All right, we're taking the roads. Got it. Ooh. Boink and boink and boink. Got it. Okay. Thank you. All right, we can dismiss this line now. And
I just realized I'm muted. If we have to cut that second corner because of that haze, we can pass through this block of buildings.
it's
right
up
here.
to you. It's however you guys want to do it.
Like we don't have to go through the haze.
Yeah. I'd rather not.
I mean, okay, first of all, this haze is generally representative. Like pockets where there usually is haze at. I'm not going to say every single time that, you know, this is where it's going to be. It may be in places where there isn't. But these purple spots are usual places. Yeah.
Can we let you know that in general, if we get to a spot and there's no haze, we'll try to go through it, and if we get to a spot and there is, we would find a way around and just trust
Okay.
you as a DM. Although that also seems dangerous at times because I feel like you like.
So we're gonna do the pink line.
Yeah, do the pink line. That's faster.
All right, let's just do that.
That's why I was.
And it's probably not going to be 9 o'clock, so we'll go and take the light pink line north.
Depending on what we find when we get there, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brent, we can't
I
hear
don't
you.
hear Brent.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brent, we
yeah,
haven't heard anything.
weird.
I see his mouth
I
moving.
thought he was like preparing some.
And like, can I
Yeah.
not hear anything?
I turned. No, we can't.
No.
We still can't. I don't know why we can't hear you.
I saw his mouth moving. I was like, wait, the music changed. His mouth's moving. I don't hear anything. I checked my sound first, though.
Good music.
I'm
Check,
so used
check.
to him preparing things.
Nope.
that
Still
I'm
nothing, Brent.
waiting. It's like any second now.
1 2 1 2.
There.
you
Oh,
are.
there he is! There he is!
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I was talking the whole time. Like, okay, you guys going here doing this. Da, da, da. Okay, got it. It makes sense. Nobody was saying anything. Okay. Anyway, all I was saying was that yeah, you guys grab all of your stuff, wrap up said map, leave out of Bark and Buzzard, and past the watchtower. You don't even see Ansem outside at all. You imagine he's probably still in bed after that long night. But you head off back towards Drakkenheim. It's another clear day with the occasional band of clouds, although there is a chill in the air like I expressed before. It's like 45 degrees out here. So it's not warm, not super cold. Ambient sunlight kind of burns away the condensation, leaving patches of light fog here and there. Occasionally, there's a slight breeze that makes the cold more noticeable. You pull your traveling cloak tighter. Through, let's see here. There we go. And there we go. No. So yeah, some more concept images here. Through the dead fields, the edges of Drakkenheim kind of creeps back into view. Silent ghost towns slowly surround you. Buildings creak and grind against the elements. Every direction you look are shadowed doorways, broken windows, graffiti, broken wagons. Through the occasional shattered window, you can see this thin film of purplish haze. The desolation is unnerving. Even areas of pure nature with no people is not as quiet as this place here. And Tinu, as you're walking, you maybe take out your compass and take a look at it, and yeah, you see that of course it's spinning in wild directions.
I growl at it. Stupid thing.
Let's go here. Yes. As you guys are walking, is there any place you want to stop? Any ruins you would like to go ahead and search? There's buildings and all types of places abound.
Oh, should I take out Venus? Because we're
I was just
here?
thinking.
Let's
Yeah, I'll
see.
take out Venus and give him to Alice to put in the harness. Unless you want me to wear it.
Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, I'll also give you, Alice, that thing that I have that I always forget about.
Oh, that gives me advantage on initiative.
Yes. I
Okay.
give it to Alice.
We're leaving at 10 o'clock, right, Brent?
Yeah, we're gonna say 10. That's fine.
Okay.
So you guys know, if you do decide to search the ruins, it's pretty much a group check here. For you have to tell me what you're looking for, whether it's delirium, a specific type of item, I don't know, rope, a wagon, poles, whatever it may be. And searching takes an hour. And you search generally a quarter of a mile in all directions from your position. Optionally, you can search at disadvantage as a quick search. If you do so, the search takes half of the amount of time, 30 minutes, but of course people are rolling at disadvantage.
I think we're okay for right now because we know where we're going.
Okay. No problem. All right.
Yeah.
You guys continue on, and these roads and buildings begin to look a little bit familiar. You came down this direction before. And before you get to the chapel of St. Brenna, you all smell something in the air. Like burning debris or wood. You look in the direction which you are currently heading, and actually, let me do this.
I think if we're not stopping to actively search anywhere, then Alice would have Venus back in the bag.
That's fine.
Okay.
Understood. But yeah, you smell this burning and stuff in the air. I need y'all to roll me d20s. You know what it is.
Can we just not do that?
Oh, we
I
have
wish.
to do it. That's the fun part.
This is like so like every time we do this.
fun.
I'm
Oh,
thinking,
geez. I'm so happy. Good work, man.
Is that everybody? Oh, okay.
Not my fault this time.
Yes, guys.
First
All right.
again.
Good job, everybody.
Right. Yeah, your first leg of the journey. When you get to about here, you smell this burning in the air. And over the tops of various buildings and whatnot in ruin, you could see in the direction you're heading, there looks to be a column of black smoke off in the distance. You guys continue on to your destination. Roll me another set of d20s. 20, look at that.
Hey guys.
Yeah, we're doing it.
God!
I high five everybody.
No, don't jinx us!
Roll me a D100, Colabody.
We find a geode.
Okay, and we-
I know, right? It's the crater is just in front of you. You know, it's like, what happened?
roll a con save.
As you're walking, though, you do come across Colabody. You eyes land on what looks to be a large black vulture picking at the remains of something, and it looks at you and flies off when your eyes meet. You do know that when you look at it a bit closer, it looks like a dead donkey. Saddlebags is still on it, even though most of the bags are open. But you go and look inside of the saddlebags. You don't find anything of use, but the saddlebag itself looks like, you know, it has adjustable straps and might be able to fit on a horse you guys have.
Horse saddlebags. Got it.
Cool.
Okay. After grabbing that, you continue on. The road widens a bit, and maybe in better days, this would be a nice part of the outer city. But the cobblestone road is broken up with mud and from years of flooding. Ruined benches line this road, leading directly to the chapel of St. Brenna, and these benches are all collapsed. And you see the source of this smoke you saw in the air. It looks like it's coming from St. Brenna. Standing, you know, a few hundred feet down the road, looking towards its kind of ruined fence that kind of surrounds it, you know that the smoke looks to be coming out of the windows of the main chapel itself.
Hmm.
But yeah,
honestly.
you see this on approach. If you guys just keep walking forward up to it, the doors, let me know.
Yeah, I don't see why we would separate.
Are there any signs of anybody around?
From your position, like a few hundred feet away, it's hard to tell. You know you need to probably get a bit closer to distinguish that.
Can Maybe we should go to the statue and go down that way and not to the front doors.
That will be faster. Good call, Dina.
Mm-hmm.
So we go straight down there and then we can leave.
Yeah.
Aye.
Should I send maybe I should send Ellie first.
Well, if you want to be doing that, I do recommend that Addie and I have got a peek.
Well, because what if there's no holy water down there? Then there would be no point in us going. And I
Oh,
just said-
once we open it. I thought you meant now on the approach.
No. Well,
Nah, fine with me.
does it look like it? The smoke is. How far are we again? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say you guys are about 500 feet away. It's like a straight causeway road going straight to the chapel. You can see its domed ceiling, and it looks like curls of it is coming out of where the tall windows would be. They obviously have to be shattered.
It's up to you guys. But I would prefer to just go to the statue and go down that way. But once we get to the statue, I can go as Ellie to check if there's even water there anymore. What are you gonna say, Bati?
Well, I was gonna say, does it look like the place itself is on fire, or does it like someone lit a bonfire inside the interior?
Good question. With that distinction, it looks like there must be some controlled fire going on inside.
Oh, there's a
Falling fire.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're not on good terms with. Well, they're not on good terms. Yeah, they don't like
What?
us.
Okay, Addie and I can go have a peek. Why don't you all stay here? We can find out who's in that building without them noticing.
Can you guys just try to get the water? Maybe you two can just sneak. Or how do we
Oh,
want to do this?
Well, considering the falling fire don't care about the haze or delirium, they're probably occupying the building, which means they're probably occupying the holy water font.
Underneath.
Let us.
Well,
Let Addie
it's only off the staircase. It's not like it's hidden.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's it could be the paladins as well. We don't know.
Yeah, let's go check it out, Lulu.
We'll be right back.
Should we get closer, or do you want us to stay here?
Yeah, I needed you guys to let me know who's moving up to the building.
Think you
What
have to wait here, or you might get seen.
I'm staying far away because I'm loud and not stealthy.
So you know how there's like when you're playing Valorant and you're moving and there's a circle that lets you know how far people can hear you? I would say we're conscious of how loud we are as a group. How close can we get without our loudness and triggering people's notifications?
You're not certain. There's not like a boundary marker of like they can hear you here, not here. What you do know, though, you understand what you're. I definitely understand what you're getting at. You would know that probably within 100 feet, you're gonna have to move stealthy, or somebody's gonna be able to either see you, or definitely. I mean, it's daytime. It's not dark out. It's clear skies. I would say within 100 feet, you're probably gonna have to be stealthy.
Well, why
Okay.
don't we get the group just outside of that, and Zotato comes because the Black Crow isn't as alerting as a bright pink cat.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay, I'll produce
Sounds like
Satato.
Satato comes out in a puff of black feathers and hops onto your shoulder, Alice.
Pretty boy. Pretty bird.
Satoru's a calm bird, unlike the other one. Which, by the way, if you look up in the sky, you look around long enough, you see Salty Feathers is sitting on a corner of a building just looking at you guys.
Oh, that bird's gonna get fucking shot. It's the way.
If you connect eyes with it, he begins to bob his head up and down.
Oh my goodness.
Alright.
Can I try to get him to come down to me? It's a new day. I could do another animal handling check, right?
Do you yell up to him?
We're 100 feet next to the chapel now, right?
If you guys move up to there, then yes. If not, you guys are 500 feet back.
Can I do it while we're 500 feet back? I'll try
Sure.
to kind of like, Salty Feathers, come here.
Roll me an animal handling
Come on.
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage? Can I take out some like food to give me?
Sure. Well, you can
Yeah,
roll.
I'll
You
take
can roll
out
a
a little
regular
bit of
animal
it.
handling. Yeah. You
Okay.
take out a bit of rations. Uh-huh.
Come on, Tina. Oh,
15 is what I'm
16.
looking.
Yes.
Good roll.
You see, it seems to like think about it for a good minute, but then squawks and then flies down and grabs the food out of your hand. Doesn't land on you. Then you see he goes over to like one of the broken benches and lands on it, and with one of his claws, kind of eats at the ration. It's like 15 feet away.
I tell him, can you be quiet? I don't want you to die. Just for this once. You can be loud after we leave.
You look at this bird and talk to it, and it actually, let's see, what does it decide to say back to you?
Oh no! He's gonna die, and I'm gonna be so sad, as Ku and as Tinu.
If Tinu didn't love that bird, it would be dead already.
Yeah.
I know.
It will
You know,
end us all.
I can't find it at the moment. You see, he just squawks, and he eats the rations up and then sits at the edge of the bench and just looks at you guys.
Okay. I hope he doesn't
Brent,
follow. Stay.
Yes.
Brent, just
Yeah.
be careful. You're going to give Dice PTSD with the golden skull from Coombe.
God. I'm playing a rogue again. I don't want to make all my skill checks at disadvantage.
Well, who's trained in animal handling? Here.
Nope.
Anybody?
Probably
Nobody?
Ron.
I don't
I
think
don't think
anybody
anybody
is.
is.
I had
Ron?
considered it, and I
Ron is, yeah, +7.
Roll me an animal. Roll me animal handling or insight, your choice.
Yay, Ron.
Yeah, animal handling. 30.
You get a sense that he's probably gonna stay around, the biggest group of you guys.
Okay.
Oh, good. I don't want another thing attached to Alice.
Like if 3 of you walk off and 4 of you stay together, he's probably gonna stick with the 4 of you guys and just harass you. But if like the majority of the group goes towards the chapel, you get a sense he's probably gonna follow.
We should go, we should stop at 150 feet then, because he's loud.
Yep.
Alright. Let's go, Lulu.
Mhm.
All right. You guys move within 100 feet, and you kind of peel off towards alleyway, and you know that it kind of maybe wraps around, and you could come in at an angle from this building instead of the front door. And roll me some stealth check. Well, before you do, so imagine this before I bring up the map. Both of you are peeking out of an alley, and to you guys' left or west, you can see the chapel. Right next to the chapel, on the east side of the chapel, is the walls that surrounds that statue, which then had that secret passage that went into the catacombs. On the opposite side of the chapel is more of just an open yard. From this vantage point, where you're standing, you can't see in the windows. There's just way too much smoke and stuff coming out. But the front door is open, and it looks like somebody's standing in the doorway. But it's hard to tell who, or what they got. They're just kind of a silhouette. But you note that they stand at the doorway, and occasionally they dip back in, and then they come back to the doorway. You get a sense like this person's probably watching out.
We going in from this side?
Yeah, well, let's try to put the wall between us and them, and we skirt it and get to the side of the building. Try to peek through one of those windows, eh?
I thought we were just going in for the... Okay. Alright.
Alright, so you guys gonna come up towards where the walled statue is at, correct?
Yeah, the backside
Yes.
of the wall. Put that between
Yeah.
us and the church.
Got it. Okay. Let me just do something real quick here. Okay. Alright, let me put just you two guys on the map here. Alice. Oops, wrong layer. And token. Second layer, there we go. And then Loey. Alright. And then switch over to our map. Boop. Before, where you could see in these windows, they look to be blocked off by the plumes of smoke coming out of them. But you can hear activity inside and the sound of crackling and burning debris. You're able to, crouch low and move up to about this point here before I'm going to need some more checks. You note in front of the chapel, there's this figure over here that kind of steps out, and then you see that they step back in, and then, maybe like a minute later, they kind of step back out, and you can hear voices on the inside of the chapel. And Satoru is with you. I'll put Satoru on the map too. And I believe Satoru character sheet. And everybody should be able to see through Satoru technically, but I'll remove that. I'm just gonna put Kolabati here. Kolabati, can you see on this map now? Or no?
Carl, you're
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, you're riding on the shoulder here of Alice. What do you guys do? You're behind this bluff of rocks.
Very quietly. Molly will whisper to you. He points. There. To there. And then he taps his ear, Alice.
She'll nod.
Okay. I'm gonna try to quietly sneak to the corner of the wall.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Alice was gonna stay where she's at watching until Louis goes and listens and comes back. I think that would be our standard. One of us moves at a time, if possible.
You see this guy you exploit him going in and out of the building, and when he ducks in and then comes back out, you run up and throw your back against the side of this wall here near this tree.
I'm gonna quietly start creeping forward. Like on this thing. Him.
Got it.
No, I can't see beyond this wall here. He wasn't coming out to like these squares out here, was he?
You did not see him move in that direction, no.
Okay. I'm always gonna quietly walk up to the corner here. Can I listen to hear if there's people out here, or if it's just his footsteps on the cobblestone that I can hear? Like if there's people behind this wall.
Sure. Roll me a perception.
11.
You don't hear anybody.
I'm gonna peek around the wall. There.
You peek. You just see kind of dead vegetation, a walkway leading up to the interior. You hear more voices from the inside here and movement, but you don't see anybody.
Okay. I'm gonna look back to where I see Addie, so I can see her from here. And I point to the windows. I thumb at myself. And then I look at you, like, expecting something.
She just, she looks at you, and then looks back at the front. Holds her vision for a minute, looks back at you, and nods.
Okay. Once she gives me the nod, I'm going to quietly make my way up to the window, Brent. And if I have to go prone, because I don't want to be in sight of the window, I will.
Okay. You get a sense that you probably are going to have to go. You're probably going to have to be in a prone position, maybe like kind of on your knees, but I mean not completely on the ground, but enough to where I would consider it prone.
Okay. Yeah. It'll kind of like
just keeping an eye on if
this
he
guy.
gets noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Sure.
Jesus. Alice, you know, are looking at Loey, giving him the nod. Like, once this guy goes back inside, you dart across the area, past this tree, and come to a sliding stop in the dirt against the window. All right, so I'm gonna move your token inside for a brief second.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could peek your head up under the plumes of smoke coming out and get some pretty good visibility, although it is noxious, whatever they're burning in here. When you peek in, you should be able to see inside.
Yep.
You see what looks like a bunch, maybe half dozen or so, individuals dressed in traveling gear. Some have, armor. Others don't. It looks like whatever weapons and stuff they can find to arm themselves, that's what they have. This doesn't look like the Hooded Lanterns or a military force per se. But all these people are armed, and they look quite wary. You see them dressed in rags for the most part, besides their kind of used armor. And wait a minute, what happened to my here we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and you see that it looks like any and everything that was inside of this chapel when you last left it. It looks like they have thrown all of it into the fire. You see that there's a burning fire here, a huge bonfire in the center. The crates and whatnot that were sitting around, they're throwing it inside. Even though it's not depicted here, each one of these statues are shattered. It looks like they've taken sledgehammers to the heads and have removed them. You can see some of the burnt stone sits inside of the fire as well. There looks to be an individual here, dark skin, he has a brilliant kind of a gray fro and a beard. He has a staff. He looks to be kind of overseeing the operation as these folks are moving in and out and throwing whatever they can. That's what you see? Roll me a perception, though.
Sure thing. Maybe I'll get 14.
That's what I described as what you immediately notice, but that's it.
Do any of them have that, like, chest bulge, like I saw on the two kids with the crystals in their chest? Or not the kids, the last time we fought the people
That's
here.
what that roll was for. If you look closer, you note that all of these individuals here have a glowing crystal sitting in their chest.
Okay. Alright, Louis would back down. Well, no, wait. We didn't find any keys. We were here last time, did we?
No, but I
No.
locked the gate that's inside the chapel before we left.
Right. Okay. So Louis would get back down.
Got it. And I will. Yep.
And he looks over to you, Alice. He points at himself and he points to you. And then he waits, expecting for you to do some sort of signal or something.
I'll watch for the guy to poke out, wait for him to go and then signal to Louis when that guy's heading back in.
Got it. Roll me stealth
Try
with
time.
advantage, Loey, as Alice gives you the signal.
Heck yeah. Good thing I rolled with advantage. That would have been a 2. 20. Thank you, Alice.
You follow your path that you made back towards the tree, and give me one more stealth roll with advantage if you're going to go back to where Alice is at.
Yep. So we can talk to the party. Ask them what they want to do. $27.
Yeah. You hop right back over the rock and duck down next to Alice.
This whole team thing's working out really well.
Mm-hmm.
There's about, including the man on the door, about 10 of them. A few of them with some pretty big hefty axes. One man in some fancy looking robes leading them. And a few of the fallen fire fanatics. They all have got that lump in their chest. And Loey taps his solar plexus.
Okay, well, we don't need to go into the church. We just gotta get underneath it, get some holy oil, and bounce out.
Yeah, they've destroyed all the statues. They're burning everything. I don't know if that affects what it is about this place, but we can let Kalina and Tina figure it out.
Yeah, well, do we want to get the holy water and then we go tell them? I mean, Bati's listening in, so Bati can tell them.
Oh, right. I forgot we brought the bird.
So we're gonna, I mean, if they're not underneath, is there any, and Alice will look, this area that's like north of us where we know like that back entrance is there any smoke coming from that area at all?
You don't see any smoke, no.
Okay. There's no smoke under there. Maybe we could get in, grab the water, and get out.
I just don't know if it's still holy, given what we've done. But yeah, good point.
And then we can let them know if the twins want to come in and do something about it. We can.
Do you have the whole with their skins, by the way? Oh,
Yeah.
Tina. Oh, good. Okay, good. No, fine.
Tina handed them to us.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's head up.
And Colabante will pass on that information to the locals.
Got it.
All right. We'll take turns to hop up.
You'll head back to the group?
No, I want to go. No, we're gonna go get the water.
Okay, so the rest of the party, are you guys going to just stay position, or are you guys going to do anything with the knowledge that you have now?
So what you guys know is that all the statues inside are destroyed, and they're burning stuff. And there are about 10 well-armed fallen fire folk and one leader inside of that temple.
I don't think they should deface the statues, but I don't mean this in a bad way, Kala, but I don't think I care enough to go save the statues.
I'm joking.
I care more about us right now. And we need the holy water. Even if there's like no holy water, then I would rather us just leave. I don't want to do anything about it.
Well,
Hala
considering
is super conflicted and feels like, yes, we should try and fix this, but also doesn't want anybody to die. And is trying to judge just how many people we would be able to take.
If I
But
had to
call
choose...
there.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tina. No, go, Tina.
Oh, I was gonna say, if I had to choose any of us in the party or the church, I would choose the party. I don't want anybody here to die. Just
We're
to
not-
save some statues. They
It's,
can make more.
it's not just some statues. They're
I
places of worship. They hold power.
Thank you.
Yes, but nobody's coming here, and they're gonna have to rebuild Drakkenheim again anyways. And I understand. Like, it angers me too, but in us doing something, that's not gonna stop them. They're just gonna come back. And if anything, it'll make them more mad at us for killing these people.
I don't necessarily want to kill these people either. When they haven't
There's
hurt
gonna be-
anyone yet.
But there's gonna be no other way to stop them. Like, we're gonna have to kill them because they're gonna try to kill us.
I prefer not to have a fight if we can avoid it.
That too. I'm sorry, Cole.
No, you have a point. I don't think they would back down easily, and we don't really have a force right now where we could arrest them or do something less.
If I had the scepter and they
violent.
didn't take it away from me, I would say, let's
They
go.
didn't
But they
take it. We handed it over.
But if I had it right now, I'm just letting you know, we could run in there and I could handle this right now.
Right. We should leave them for now. I don't like it, but I don't want anyone killed either.
I hug you. You can hit me if you want to feel better.
I'm not gonna hit you.
I know.
Damn.
That's why I said it.
See that? You gotta hit her one day. You gotta be like, all right, bam.
Yeah, you get Tina turns around and like, you sure you don't want to? And she shakes her butt at you.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Alright.
I guess we stay here then. Yeah, we don't move.
All right. So the rest, Loey and Alice, you guys are going to move.
So, yeah,
Tell me where you're going.
So the backside of this graveyard.
Yep.
Loey's gonna wait for Alice to give him the signal, since Alice is keeping watch at the door to make sure that guy doesn't see us as we go back across. And
Mhm.
once Loey's at this corner, he's gonna wait and watch the door for her, and wait for her to get across. So we'll like leapfrog each other to the backside of the wall.
I don't think from this position you're going to be able to see the front door.
What about? Well,
Well,
if you're on
there's-
top of the wall, that'd be too close. You'd be like visible, right? You wouldn't have any cover.
Well, there is a giant bonfire there. Can you see a shadow in the doorway?
I would say not really. It's the problem is that it's light outside too, and that light bleeds inside. That I don't think that there would be an. You could maybe no. I don't think if you were up here you'll be able to see his silhouette, just because the tower is kind of blocking the way, and this tree here.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll watch out for Louis, and then I will wait until I see the guy going back in to go myself as well. Like, I'm still gonna time it.
Got it. Okay. Loey, go ahead and roll me stealth at advantage.
All right. 25.
Yeah, you dart over. You can move your token. Alice, go ahead and roll me regular stuff.
All right.
I had mine here.
11.
You move over. Nobody seems to notice any difference.
Perfect. All right. Up and over.
Mm-hmm. Climb the wall.
Loey, you're easily able to go ahead and scale this stony wall. It only goes up about 10 feet, and then you drop over the other side. Alice.
Can I help Alice when I get to the top of the wall?
Sure, yes you can. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage, Alice.
So perfect, because it's a straight roll for me. Until I get some more expertise. I rolled 2 18s.
You're good to go. You pull her up on top of the rope, and both of you drop down into the interior here.
They fucking blocked it off.
I know, imagine that. You look around, and you see that big statue that was out here. It looks like they must have spent days battering this thing and destroying it, but it's just rubble now. You notice that big blocks from the statue's foundation has been, like, systematically thrown on top of this passageway.
Church? How long would it take to remove the stone blocks?
There's a bunch of them. They're pretty big and they look heavy. You get a sense that within
Hours?
I wouldn't say hours. I would say that a probably good 15 minutes
But
to remove enough of them to maybe get inside. With an athletics check, yes. With a failed athletics check, you'll get a sense it's going to take you more time.
About 15 for all the stones. You could keep a watch while I'm moving, if you like.
That's both of you. By yourself.
I have
Worst.
so much athletics, but I am very loud, so maybe don't ask me for help.
What do you want to do, Addie? I'm gonna let them know if we're in a here moving stones. I'm gonna be waiting for 20 minutes.
Let's go back, see what they want to do. If they really want this that bad, we're gonna be in for a fight. It's that simple.
Alright. Leave it up to Quins then. And Loi's gonna boost Alice up to the top of the wall so she can get over.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you guys roll again. You're able to go ahead and hop back over this wall with little trouble. And
we don't have to go south. We can just go straight east.
Yeah, you could just keep going straight east and wrap around. You reunite with the party a bit down the road. And, kind of throw up your hands and tell them the situation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they knocked down the statue for the back entrance. We were going to try to get in, at least get the water, but if we want the water, we're going to have to go through the church.
If we were only doing this, I could use a trick to get us all to the backside of that wall, but I'm worried about what the scar and what that pool that we got to deal with later today. I want to save some of that magic for that.
So,
It's okay. I think it's more trouble than it's worth.
well,
While you are all standing here... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
Thank you.
Mhm.
No, I was going to say, if they're going through the methods to do all this, there's a good chance that they've already defiled the holy water pool. So, if we go through with this, there's a chance, one, we're going to expend resources to kill them, which I'm personally okay with, but we might not even get what we want. So, just a thought.
We can always stop by on the way back, wherever that is. Maybe they'll be done and out by then.
Sorry, guys, we wasted time coming here.
I
Nah.
don't think it's a waste of time. We got some information that we can use if we need to set the church on the falling fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to know that they broke St. Brenna's statue.
Why are
Yeah,
they
maybe there'll be more.
here? Like, what else is there for them here?
They lit a fire. What is that? What do you know about things like that, Kalina? And you guys have been reading the book.
What do I know about things like that, Brent?
Things about what exactly?
They lit a pyre inside of the building.
I mean, lighting the pyre, traditionally, those that are part of the church will do such on religious, ceremonies and occasions of, different types of rituals. Why the falling fire would be doing such,
Would Bati know after reading the manuscript from the Falling Fire?
I would say that. Give me a religion check. Let's see what's up.
20.
You do know that these people worship the divine light, but they believe that it's been perverted and used to get people in to do things against the faith. So you would probably get a sense that them destroying this temple is them probably trying to honor a quote-unquote an originalist maybe approach to the divine light, cast down those which have led people astray, and give them
like
to the fire.
In Emberwood. Okay.
Yep.
That's what you get a sense that they're probably doing here.
They're rebelling against the actual church, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
But everybody give me a perception check.
Hang on, sorry, I was getting water. Okay. Yeah, that tracks.
No.
You were busy drinking water. It makes sense.
Yeah.
No.
Tinu, well, you know what? Let's do it this way.
Well, that's at least half of us, so.
Bati and Alice are flipping through pages.
Oh no. Can we say we would have already moved away?
Well, you have a chance to react. Tinu, you do a double take after hearing something, and then shortly after, Loey and Kalina, you pick up on it, the rest of the party. You see what looks like a group of people heading down the road here towards your direction.
Guys, we gotta move now.
Yeah, they're doing a pilgrimage. So you gotta go.
Yep. Moving out.
Us.
Off to your next destination?
Yep.
Got it. All right.
Yeah,
You
we'll
guys
come
like,
back.
I don't want that. And you guys disappear back off into winds.
Oh, that's so annoying. They're so annoying. Let's go burn the farm down.
Guys, hold on.
They might like that.
Brent,
Yes.
the pilgrimages, are those things that we know they do normally, or are those things they only do when they have those ceremonies to...
Oh, like can they go to Champions Gate to get the crystals and stuff, like we heard about from the twins?
I'm sorry, my mic cut out for a second. I heard, Kalina, you said that, do we know they do this only when? Like what?
Like the gems in their chest?
Yes. What if, I'm sorry,
I didn't hear any of it.
yeah.
So do we know if they only do like the pilgrimages and these trips when they're making new champions, or do we know if this is like a normal thing that they do?
You know that there is set pilgrimages to Saint Selena's Abbey for the Sacrament of the Falling Fire. That is a regular pilgrimage they have. But as far as other activities in the city, like what you guys just witnessed, you're not certain. You're not certain what these people would be doing elsewhere here in the city.
But I know that this is not like where somebody would be getting the heart done.
No,
Because
not
we
here.
know that those are only at Saint
Selena's
Selena's.
Abbey. Correct. Yes, yes.
Okay, just checking.
This
Correct.
This
Yeah,
is
then
a
I don't care. Never mind.
stop on the way there.
Could be. That's very true.
But
Cameron's
these
Gate's
people
just up
already have their crystals. The pilgrimage is to get your crystal. That's what
Yeah,
we
I
learned.
was mostly wondering if our brother was getting his crystal, but if
That guy better
that
not
because
be
that's
here.
not the same place as this, so that's why I was wondering if they went anywhere else.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
I'm so bad thinking about that.
yeah, for the most part they go to Champion's Gate and
Okay.
into the Abbey, but other activities in the city you're maybe not too sure about.
So probably not. Cool. Thank you.
Yes. You guys continue on. And let's see here.
Oh, thank you, Louie and Alice, for scouting it out.
Oh, you're welcome, Tinu. Actually,
What we do?
at the mention of that, Tinu, if these, Louis asks you, so if these, actually to you and Galena, so if these fallen fire types are going to start desecrating your temples, and we go into another one somewhere, should we be taking all the holy relics from your, priests and whatever that are lying as easy pickings on slabs?
I might want to start protecting those. If this is something they're planning to do more of, then I know there are conflicting opinions about giving them to the church, but I definitely don't think this group should have them.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Oh man,
I-
if they
we
figure out how to
sample-
get under there, they're gonna get killed by those zombies.
Yeah, but in the future, I mean, if we run into more relics, I would want to take them and keep those safe and hide them somewhere not. I don't want them to have them.
Sure, we can keep it at the end. Easy enough.
That I agree
Yeah.
with.
Okay.
Easy
Alright.
enough to do.
So you got to the chapel about noon or so. After a bit of scouting and investigating, I'd say that it took you about probably an hour to really resolve in its entirety. It's about 1 or so p.m. in the afternoon. You guys continue your trek and roll me some d20s. Come on, let's do it.
Yes.
Nice,
Bucky!
Carl he's
Fati was wrong
You did
today.
great tonight.
double.
Jesus.
Brent's like, that's not what I would have
Oh
rolled.
god,
That means
we're
we
getting
gotta do
3
something,
ones
right?
now.
It means we like find money on the ground or something, right? Right?
You wish. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Two nat 20s? Come on, Brent.
No, roll me a D100. Either
Oh,
one
shit.
of you, Kolabati or.
Excellent, you can do it this time.
Oh no. $65.
Ooh.
We find 2 geodes.
It's the mother.
There you go. Louis can pay off his debt.
Yay! I'm debt free, like an animal processor.
You find a chest with all of the regalia in it. It's just like the end of the campaign
Oh my god!
happens right now. No.
Oh, I'm ready for that.
If we all roll 20s, I really do hope we
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, let me
imagine
know
that.
it would have to be like everybody rolling nat 20s.
Hold on. It's telling me something that I don't know what this
We
is.
find a staff that gives us teleportation, that teleports the whole party. And there's only 3 uses.
Oh.
It's
okay.
a sort of evil Fonsuk slang. Oh my god! Right there.
Imagine that. As you're moving forward, and you come across a ruined campsite, Kalina, Kolabati. Both of you decide to detour really quick and check it out. I mean, the tent is nothing but tatters. Whoever was here is long gone. Long gone. But looking under the remains of the tent, you do find what looks to be a small shattered chest. A bunch of glasses around it, but there is what looks to be a jar left. It's about 3 inches in diameter. Oh wow. It has what looks to be a sheet on top of it that's rope is tied around to keep it secure, and it looks like there is some type of whitish paste inside of it.
My God, is it the
And-
glue?
No. You find some restorative ointment, and
Ooh.
roll me a d4. Let's see how many
Ooh,
uses it has left.
Does this get rid of my wrinkles?
yeah.
Give me some in real life.
Yes, this is beauty cream. 110%.
You talk about
Yeah,
poison.
aloes.
Does this work for contamination?
No,
You get a sense
contamination is
probably
bad
not.
disease.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Otherwise,
What do I have to do?
Roll
I
a
started
d4.
typing, but I forgot.
Roll a
Oh,
d4.
/roll space 1d4.
I had /roll and then I couldn't remember what to put.
All good.
There
No.
is 3 doses left in this jar. You can add that to your character sheet. And put it-
Inventory!
And put it in the treasure channel too, so we
Okay.
have a record of that.
Done.
But you guys continue.
You are so
on.
fast. Thank you.
Alright.
Hey, Brent, does this make you, super young and really pretty and,
Hot.
hot?
You do a double take, Ron, and
Skincare.
you see a beautiful coach just sitting there, and its door opens. Do you get inside?
Let's go, let's go!
Dinner at Castle Drakkenheim instead of Castle Ravenloft? Let's go.
Got free candy on the side of the couch.
To be honest, I'm not sure which is worst.
We'll find out.
We're gonna find out. But anyway, you guys continue onward, and more concept images here as you roll through the city. It becomes more congested. It begins to really get hard to tell which direction you came from, or even going without careful consideration of your map. The smell of smoke, sewage, rotting flesh, and something else, something more alchemical, lingers in the air. The buildings here are nothing but shells, motifs on the buildings of famous or infamous nobles and lords of the past. They're all cracked and crumbled, and now only tell part of a story. Your footsteps grind on debris and echo off of the bombed-out buildings. Water drips and pours from unseen places. Pockets of haze, concerningly close, radiate fluorescent light down the street, amplifying the darkness in various alleys. The skies here now are overcast with toxic clouds. Most of them hover over a distinct spot in the distance. And in that spot, or that area, you can see a massive halo of octarine light. You continue on. You pass through a block of choked rubble, and all of you come out the other side to see the following.
Brent,
Yes?
Instead of doing the spoons, because I keep having to roll for it, I think Tina would have swapped to hobo markings.
Hobo markings,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, it's like an actual thing. There, I put it there.
They're so cool.
Yeah, I put a whatchamacallit there. So I would have been using those to mark our way instead of my spoons.
Got it. Oops. All right. And here we are.
Almost 11 o'clock at night, and my upstairs neighbors are vacuuming.
Can you bend the spoons into markings?
I was thinking about that when I was coming up with the spoons thing. You
Can we do
can't because
that?
it would use too many spoons.
Okay.
I think I only had a couple left.
I like the idea though.
You guys come through this rubble and come to just what looks to be a massive clearing. It looks like any buildings around this area has been demolished down to rubble and foundations. The Smoke's Smithy is a relatively small blacksmith, quote-unquote, shop. You can see it here in the distance across this clearing. It has what looks to be maybe a covered forge.
Louis.
Oh.
A small office, a yard that looks to maybe functions as a campsite, and a series of barricades recently constructed, probably by the Iron Helms to secure this location. You can see 3 gun platforms around the perimeter, and each has features of what looks to be a massive cannons of a dwarven construction. So essentially, in this cleared out area, and oh, actually, you also know just beyond this cleared out area, there is this massive scar in the earth. It looks like a hand or a blade of a Titan figure just carved its way into the ground. And this ravine, this scar, leads far northward to where you can actually see the inner city walls. And beyond those walls is that massive halo and those tumultuous clouds above it. But the point being is that around this barricaded smith, there is a ravine, a cut through the earth, and from this cut, you can see octarine light radiating out. Other things to note from your position is all across the landscape, you can see what looks to be rotting bodies of all types of creatures. It looks like everything from ratlings to strange deformed humanoids, tentacle-like creatures, just monsters in a radius around this barricaded area. And you can smell them too. Besides that, it's just a bombed out landscape leading up to the area. But do you guys approach?
Are there bodies by us?
You look down and maybe about 30 feet or so away, yeah, you see a headless humanoid body. Where its head should be, you see that there is tentacles just splayed out on the ground.
Like the delirium tentacles?
That's one way to put it, yes, like the delirium tentacles, correct.
Okay.
No, it's an octopus.
I mean, hey, we don't know. It could be like
An
some
evolving
kind of new
octopus.
animal.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. I'm sorry.
Smoke comes from the forge. It looks like there's some wagons and stuff outside too nearby. But you can see tiny figures, and I mean, they're not too far away. We'll say maybe a couple 100 feet. You can see figures of probably dwarves behind the barricades, you know, looking out, moving around to and fro.
Alright. I'll go give him the greeting then.
Yeah. We'll go with you. No sense in walking up separate, right?
Are we all going together?
Yes. Yeah, they gotta. If they don't know who you are and I'm not here for whatever crazy reason, you know,
Yeah.
How do they get used to your face?
As we're walking in with them, I want to know, Brett, Tina would look to see where the most congestion of the monsters are. Like, what area are they coming from the most? Like, where there's the most dead bodies on the floor?
Okay, roll me survival.
Okay. 16?
You get a sense looking over this, almost looks like a battlefield. A lot of these monstrous bodies trail towards what looks to be the inner city wall in the distance, which is partially collapsed, but still there. That's where it looks like the most of these bodies are coming from.
Oh, the inner city wall, right? So is there
Yes.
any dragon or statues, gargoyle statues around? Check the wall.
It's far enough away and covered in this haze to where it's hard to distinguish. But I would tell you, you don't see dragon statues, no. But
Okay.
it's also hard to tell if there's any other statues up there too. But you don't see any massive dragon statues lingering there.
And I'm sorry, Brent. Last thing, you're talking about they're this direction, right? Like I see them. I would
Correct.
see more bodies. Okay.
Towards this direction here, where the pink is pinging.
Okay.
That's where it seems like the majority of the bodies are coming from.
Oh, these guys like living on the edge is all she would say out loud.
Wonderful.
All of you begin to approach, and as you do, roll initiative now.
Oh my
Before
god!
you
I
even
thought
get
that
there.
I mean, I was reaching for my mouse on that cue.
Alex is ready. He's like, I'm awake this time.
Hear a voice boom out. Okay. As you approach, you hear this thunderous staccato noise, and a whirling mechanical sound, kind of echo out across that massive scar ravine. You then hear from that area a faint voice that's yelling. It goes, "All clear!" Actually, it's in Dwarven, and if any of you know Dwarven, you would understand that. And you hear the sound of clinking hammers and picks against stone. You cross this field of bodies, and as you do, a louder voice bellows out towards you guys. Stand down! Any beast gets a bullet, but if you're no monster, you may pass!
In Dwarven, I'll shout back, "Greetings, cousin. We're a bit early, but no, we ain't be beasts."
Can I thaumaturgy him in the middle of that? I'll reach out and thaumaturgy him so he's
Hey.
allowed
Can
back.
they not tell that we're not beasts?
You look on the ground, you see various humanoid figures that, if they were alive, who knows, but, or maybe they weren't beasts at all and they still shot them down, who knows?
Awesome.
You, yell out towards them, and, you can see the heads of dwarves peeking up over the sandbags, past the cannons, and they seem to talk to each other as you guys approach and land at the scar. I'll go ahead and show you guys our map. Let's see. Alright, there we go. And I'm going to put everybody on the map.
New map.
It's a map, it's a map.
I love maps.
They are the best.
Me too. Call a body.
When I first started playing D&D, that was the only reason I played, to see the new maps.
It's even more fun when you're in control of what's on the map.
I'm horrible at that. I suck at it. It's not as fun for me.
Fair.
Alright, and let's go to our map. And let me turn on the lights. It is daytime. Still kind of overcast, so. You guys approach, and you can move yourselves as you see fit, as you walk up to what looks to be the smithy at the Scar here. As you get closer, you hear the clank of hammers on anvils, other types of machinery radiating out from here. There is what looks to be a smokestack coming out from a forge over here, and you can see noxious fumes rising into the air. But as you get closer, you see several wagons. These look like the wagons you saw at the Red Lion Hotel, where the dwarves are staying. Lined up here with well-armored war horses that don't seem to be triggered by much. The thing you note the most when you get closer is that this place is strapped. You see several cannons poking out from these barricades, with the barricades also having spear tips angled out towards anybody who would approach. Towards the south here is that ravine, or that scar I was describing. Even though technically we would rotate this map northward, because that's kind of where it's facing, but I'm just kind of where I put it. But you guys approach, and let's see here. Who is on shift?
We're going south on the map, right? But
Yeah,
north
yeah.
in game.
Yeah. To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't be
okay.
concerned about it.
Okay.
You hear a familiar voice slowly, and you see it sounds like Reginald.
Perfect.
Oh, good. The ones we know.
You see peek out over the sandbag over here. Goes, ah, it's the Glimmer Dwarf and his friends. You see that he snuffs out a cigar in the sandbag. Around back, and he gestures for you guys to go westward around this way.
Oil nod.
Yep.
You all move in that direction, and Reginald meets you guys there. And as you come over here, he kind of continues to gesture for you to keep going around! And he points to this building here for you guys to go to. And when you guys arrive... Alright. You see an open door. Inside is also another individual you guys met at the Red Lion Hotel here. Eloise. And I'll put their pictures up. Here we go. There, and... Here we go. Alright. Let's zoom in here for the stream. There we go. You come inside what looks like a pretty dingy office. Everything is kind of covered in a thin layer of what looks to be maybe soot and grime. There's a small table, a desk. There looks to be another door that goes out back here into the smith proper. You see that Reginald and Eloise stand aside and wait for you guys to all come in. Well, you see Reginald, he twists his mustache and looking at these guys. Reginald, just as a reminder, wears a trench coat inlaid with gold buttons and has a satchel full of mechanical bits. He wears a bandolier full of bullets and a monocle over his right eye and has many tools and trinkets from his belt. His bulbous nose and beady eyes accent his huge mustache and mutton chops. Unlike many dwarves, he kind of sports a clean-shaven chin, even though our picture here doesn't show that. His black hair is slicked back to keep it off the brow of his face. Eloise, on the other hand, you see she's dressed what looks to be in common gray robes, complemented by thick leather strappings and a breastplate. She has a mechanical trinket hanging around her neck, and a belt full of various hammers and tools. She has long brown hair flowing down almost to her knees. She has big, bright eyes, and a kind yet cunning look upon her face. The mechanical thing around her neck, you know, Loey, looks to be a trinket towards Gaebne. Well. Look who finally decided to show up here. Reginald says. You see he pulls out a chair and he takes a seat. And you see he crosses his legs. Eloise just leans against the counter and looks at you all, kind of taking each one of you in. I imagine you found this Nimbra who owes us some coin, or at least a weapon.
Oh, I learned a few things about Nimbra. You're not gonna like it. But I don't think that's the first thing we should talk about. Might ruin the mood.
Well, what in the hell are you here for?
Suppose we should leave that up to... I mean, who should I leave? Are we talking in Dwarven or Common?
I was talking to you guys in common.
Okay. I suppose... I mean, who should we leave that up to?
Well, the business we came to discuss can't happen until they're all here. That's why we gotta wait till 9, remember?
Oh, that's
Just
right.
shift change.
Oh, that's right. That, you see, Reginald looks at Eloise. That deal you were talking about.
Still open to hearing it, or have things changed?
You see, he gestures towards you, goes, well, I'm open to hearing anything, but deciding on something, like you correctly surmised, my other brother and sister need to be here. Didn't we tell you guys to come? You see, he checks a pocket watch. In the evening?
We're early. Oh, what do you got business around here?
You have business around here. Well, that's interesting. You see, he adjusts his monocle. What business do you have, Mr. Goldbound?
Not in the Scar, but there are some places. You know, what normal folk do. Well, adventuring types do in Drakkenheim.
Does the Thane know you're out here? He says it almost like with amusement. You could tell he has really no respect for all of that.
I don't give a damn what that dwarf thinks.
You see, he seems thrown by that. Look at that, Eloise! A defector! Eloise just shakes head and goes, way to jump to conclusions, brother. The Thane and his methods may be not what we agree with, but I respect his faith, because I respect my own. You see, she kind of grabs the necklace around her neck. Reginald just kind of laughs and shakes his head. Fantasies. But hey, I gave up on trying to get my sister to drop it here a long time ago, and I'm not going to go ahead and pressure you, Mr. Goldbound. Or Loey. Are we on those terms?
You can call me Lloyd Edge, as long as I can call you Edge, Reginald.
Loey it is.
Right.
You know, I've been wondering. You see, he's just looking at all of you. We have a dwarf from Glimmer with a bunch of, I guess, adventurers or explorers hanging around him. That seems out of pocket. Where's your kinfolk?
What, mine?
He nods at you. Aye, yours.
I'm surprised you know I found my uncle out here.
You found your uncle out here?
Mm-hmm.
That's it? I figured you would have brought along, I don't know, a sister, another uncle. Was he lost?
No, but, he's safe now, and the rest are home. Doesn't say that quite with a happy expression.
Is there something going on with Glimmer that you want to share, Loey?
Do you care?
I'm always interested in what's happening with our kin further south.
You
He
seen the
seems
poster?
like good times to make money. Poster?
I'm curious if you've been wise to anything.
Actually, you could tell on his face that he seems to be unaware of a poster.
You ever deal with the bank?
Oh! Sorry, blood. Your whole clan or just you?
Yes.
I get it now. You see, he leans back and he goes, "How much coin? Yo."
A lot.
The bank approach you at all, Reg?
No. Well, you see, he kind of sucks his teeth on that. Not in a long time, we'll say.
They don't send folk up to break a rock near you? By Iron Helm?
No. You must be talking about further north. Way up in the cold, the northern mountains. That's where they have those labor camps and stuff for people who don't pay their coin. But we don't have any of the humans mining near us. At least not with us getting a cut.
Do they have to pass by Iron Helm to get that far up? I ain't been there.
True they do.
You said it's been a long time. What were they wanting a long time ago?
Why you asking?
Curious if you've read any of their contracts.
You see he rolls his eyes. Look, all kinfolk, we don't deal in contracts with humans and them types. We have the whole Ironhelm Mountains at our back. More than enough coin to go ahead and help us out. Whenever they come and approach us looking for some type of contract or whatnot, we tell them to go to Ironhelm, talk with our superiors. And that seems to get them off of our backs.
But you're getting...
The point is I don't have no contracts with any bank, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Hope for your sake that stays that way. They got a way of putting hooks in people.
Aye. You should know better, Ken.
Weren't my choice.
You see, he seems to think... What's your father's name? Was,
Yorick.
Yorick! That's right. I've heard that name quite a bit over the years. Many routes all across Westermar, even going further down south. Would have considered you a competitor. But
Would've?
I guess... Would've. But I guess it makes sense now, considering, from what I've heard from my other kin, the roads seem to be a bit more open. They've seen other folks besides dwarves driving some of the caravans.
Well, if you don't have any experience with contract work, Reg, I won't ask you for any favors.
I'm not saying I don't have experience with any contract work. I just don't deal with that bank. And I figured your father would have told you likewise.
Didn't get the chance.
He seems to get an idea of what you mean when you say that. He goes, my apologies.
Oh, he shrugs.
My father made some interesting choices, too. Hence why he's in the Gowls in Ironhelm right now, but that's a whole nother story.
Sounds familiar. If you want to be helping out Kin, I could use some help with contract reading. If you ever met Yasin Beaumont, I know you don't do business with a bank, but maybe you've talked to the man.
I've heard the name. He's one of those, Lords of Coin that's in charge of things around Westermar. They have other ones for other nations.
He works for the Duchess from Geldstadt.
I don't like that wench either. You see, Eloise goes, let me see this contract, Loie.
He wouldn't give it to me. I need 3 days. I'll have to go to him and talk to him about it. I could use some help. I've got to figure in for numbers or a head.
Well,
That's right, right? He didn't give me the paper, right?
No, he just told you to consider it. You get a sense he probably didn't give you a paper because he didn't want you to think about it that hard.
Yeah.
They're trying to strong arm him into accepting terms without being able to read them all. I've told him we should go back with somebody who knows what they're doing and ask for a read through.
I got a better head for roads and for dangers than I do for business.
Well, Look, brother, I really am sorry that you are caught up in this bad deal, this jam, but to be honest, I don't have the time to go head off towards the bank.
Caravan court.
When I get back to the Red Lion Hotel, I drink and then I sleep, because it's getting right back up again and going out there the next day. Look, I'll tell you this. You want advice from me? I wouldn't sign anything with the bank if I want to go ahead and keep my roads, no matter what it is.
What about you, Eloise? You like your brother, right? I think.
Eloise goes, well, that's very interesting considering the agreement we currently have with these Queensmen.
I was wondering about that.
Reginald shifts in his seat and goes, I didn't sign shit with them. But yet, here we are, Eloise says. You see, he just kind of grumbles. This is different. It's all part of doing necessary business. Look, you see he grabs a ledger on the table and he opens it and he begins rattling off a bunch of numbers. And when he's done, he goes, at the end of the day, without the protection, it could cost us 60% of our earnings here, keeping these Queensmen at bay. And whoever else.
You need to make up the cost then.
Well, that's part of the conversation to have when your other siblings are here, but if it'll give you any peace of mind, and Alice will pull out the map from Korgoth's ship that notes all the trade routes. Show it to him. Given the church this information about where the Queensmen are.
He takes it and he looks at this, he goes, you see his face drop. He raises his monocle off of his eye and he looks at this and he goes, what happened to Korgoth?
Alice will look at Louis. Still got his head?
Oh, I.
Eloise exhales deeply and she's just like, you see he rubs his temples. What the fuck is this? He throws the map on the table. Have you lost your fucking minds?
No, and now I'll be telling you what I learned about Nembra. And you'll be thanking me for what I just did. For what we did.
Thanking you? That was one of our main routes! Getting all this shit out of here!
Reginald. Nembra doesn't exist.
Come again?
She's a disguise, a face, an illusion. I found my uncle, chained to Korgoth's boat, like some damn indentured servant. He was half mad. But when we brought him out, saw to him, my friends, and he gestures to Tinu and Kalina, brought him back round. I was finding out my father, who's dead, murdered by one Nembra Broadbow, talked to my uncle after he was murdered. What's worse, I found out from Mr. Beaumont, according to the Geldstadt's intelligence, that the Queen of Thieves herself uses Nembra as a cat's paw, a false face. You've been played, friend, cousin.
You see, he silent for a long moment, and after a while, Eloise pipes up and goes, I'm not sure we've been played, Loey. The truth is that we've known this Nimbra Broadbow to work for the Queensman since we've been here. That's been our main contact until she ran off with our weapons. But even then, another member of the Queensmen has came and make sure that they come here and get their percentage.
Do you want to know what I found out about Nimbra? From the Queensmen? What they told me? They told me that Nimbra betrayed them. That she was going to be murdered in their sewer by right of combat in some fucked up arena. And that we, if we prove ourselves to them, could go down there and claim her head ourselves.
Reginald goes, well, that makes sense. I mean, we haven't seen her in quite some time. We assumed that she was dodging us for the coin that she owed. And look, that other chap that comes up here sometimes with a smiling face, we've told him that we're going to go ahead and take it from his percentage if we don't go ahead and get that coin back.
Reginald, I'm telling you, the Queen of Thieves herself, or himself, or theirselves, robbed you and blamed a false traitor in their ranks, a fake face.
You see he begins to look frustrated. He goes, if that's true, why? We've been giving her what the fuck she wants. What is it, Eloise? 15%?
Oh, the Queensmen want far more than 15%.
Well, you see he gestures at the map and he goes, with Kolgoth gone, any day now they're probably going to show up here asking from us to go ahead and recoup that loss.
No. What she did to my uncle, I have no doubt she wants to do to you, your sister, and Mordecai, and the other one. She uses people, Reginald. She gets her hooks in them. She uses magic to fuck with their mind.
Eloise says, if she wanted to use us in the ways that you're talking about, I mean, she's had more than enough time to do so. We pay the percentage to the Queen of Thieves, and we handle our business.
For now.
Because it's convenient. But now it ain't. Now you might...
Making more off of that 15% and you working than anything else.
Reginald kind of strokes his chin. He goes,
You might want to think about magical protection, Reginald. And I think, and he looks over at Kolabati, we might have somebody that actually can help you on that front.
Eloise looks at you, hopeful, Kolabati.
The Amethyst Academy has approached us to be their envoy to discuss a exclusive contract to your mining claim.
Reginald sighs heavily, goes, I don't feel comfortable without Mordecai and Gertrude here, Eloise. Eloise goes, well, we're not making any decisions without our siblings, but we can catch them up on what you have to say here now. This exclusive contract, that means What, everything?
Let's see. Well,
I have
I
the. I
believe
just
the
put the notes in the Roll20 chat.
yeah, they would like to have like all excavation and minerals that you're pulling from the crater to go through them. They'll pay you full market. They'll pay you the full market value and expenses of drawing that of that you require.
And you
Full
might
market
want to.
value. You see, she looks at Reginald, her eyes lighting up.
They're willing to meet to negotiate.
And you might want to be asking them for some help. Just in case that Queen of Thieves decides to do something tricky and show up with somebody what don't have a face that belong to them.
Perfect timing with your supply chain getting its
I
head blocked
know!
off.
It's kind of interesting you do this, and then you show up here with this contract. Sounds like more extortion to me.
Oh, that wasn't our intention at all. We were going after Korgoth for another reason. We found that. We didn't know about that until you said.
Obviously you're telling the truth, but you could tell, like, he's, like, staring you down. He doesn't want to believe that.
You can
Did you
talk
notice
about
that the Jones moved out?
I saw the caravans leaving here. Yeah, the Red Light Hotel.
Mm-hmm. That
You
was the
made
end
them
result you
leave?
were looking for. Yeah. I did. We did.
Well, he looks at all of you. You all sound quite useful, then. You see, he twists his mustache. Look,
Also, if you want a little bit more convincing, it's dealing with the church. We know they have their eyes on you, and we'll do whatever they need to get you out of the way when they need you out of the way.
I wanted me to convince you to leave.
We have no interest in helping that part of that at all. I even brought up, why wouldn't it be more useful to have them help rebuild the city eventually? But they were just hard-headed and wanted you gone.
So it's not just the Queen's men that might be coming here.
well, he puts his monocle back down and he stands up. How about all of you good folk come back this evening?
What time is it, Brent?
At this point, it's, about 2, 3 in the afternoon.
So 7 hours till shift change.
That's it.
So I don't know if I want to say in front of them. Okay, I'll wait till we. Well, I guess Tina would speak up and ask Eloise. So you're good at I was there for the whole thing, right? We all heard everything Louise said.
Yeah, all of you are in the same
Oh, yeah.
room.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all talking common. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're good at contracts, right? Can you show us what to look for? What is good and what is bad? Since we have time.
Well, you don't have the contract here with you, but I can tell you that any deal where you crunch the numbers, no matter how far in the future, it looks like the opposing party, the bank in this instance, would make more money off of the venture than if you doing it yourself would be a bad deal. I mean, I think that should be obvious. But
Oh, but what if you gain more from letting them get more money? Is there a way to tell that? Or is there a way to warp it where it would work in that way?
Reginald goes, unless you have those number crunchers and Geldstad, and probably a few Mageborn, good luck going ahead and try to outweasel them. They have the money and all the time in the world to go ahead and wait.
Well, how
Unless
would
you have
you
something
gain-
really valuable. And it sounds like here, Loey's already given up the valuable portion. The roads.
Oh no, those aren't mine, and they ain't the bank's. And if you were paying attention to what Adi showed you, you'd see who really owns those roads.
They own them because you gave it to them, right?
Just
the
that.
queen, the Queensman?
The roads that your family, Jorik, owned, you gave to the bank.
They had a silent partner, what wanted a little bit more than just profit.
Well, you lost your leverage.
Thing is, the bank doesn't have the roads either.
Eloise goes, the Queensman owns all those roads?
Aye, they do.
Reginald goes, that makes sense.
What?
And they
So,
kill people to get it.
What would the bank gain from getting the roads, though? Tinu asks, because she's like genuinely confused.
It's all coin.
Mm-hmm.
There's waypoints all up and down the roads that cross through Westermar. You stop there and want to hand off your cargo to another caravan or have it delivered somewhere, you gotta have to go ahead and pay the road traders, the Goldbounds, or the Ironhelms, or whoever owns them.
Depends
Oh,
what
so
You
it's like
want
a fee.
security down these roads? Because I guarantee you there's all types of bandits up and down Westermar these days. If you want good security, you're gonna have to pay the Ironhelm, or the Goldbounds, at least until late.
Now, the roads, at least on our half of Westermar and below, Tinu, those ain't run by an honest company anymore. They're run by the Queensmen.
Reginald goes, if they have your roads, they're going to undercut us. You see, he says, looking at Eloise. All up and down Westermar, I guarantee it.
What would you do with the leverage, though? How would you use that in the contract?
Well, if it was me, and I still had control of all of my roads, which the Ironhelms still do,
Mm-hmm.
there'll be a large premium to go ahead and pay. If you want to get in on this building, this business, 200, 300%?
That's the problem, Tinu. A bank might be willing to buy out Reginald. The Queensman doesn't play by those rules, though.
Ah, my wheels are turning.
The Queensman didn't say anything about taking over all roads, and don't get me wrong, not like I expected them to say such a thing, but the idea has been to get in, while the getting's good, before whatever happens to this city, get as much as we can, establish some connections out of here, man those connections and those routes, and then get out.
Sure.
But if they have your entire business, Goldbound, then it's only a matter of time, Eloise. They're gonna start undercutting us out there. and they're gonna use the money that we're giving them to fucking do it.
The bank did offer me, they want her dead.
Well, they want their debt, you said.
No, they want the Queen of Thieves dead.
Eloise shifts on her feet and looks away and shakes her head. He looks at all of you, like looking for any trace of like non-seriousness.
No, Alice was standing straight up with their shoulders back. That whole nobility background is coming out the way she's standing.
Tina's mumbling to herself in the corner.
You want her dead, Reginald?
Well, that would be very convenient, brother. That's 15% back in our pocket, and I guess a whole lot of less hassle for you in the long run.
Better for the city.
Bah, human cities, I don't care that much about this place, to be honest, but the Queen, you think you can do that?
I don't know about can. Maybe try, though.
Nobody even knows who she is. Apparently, she was Nimbra Broadbow, from what you're telling me. But from what we know, I mean, they have a whole several blocks called Buckle Down Road, not too far from here. And apparently a whole other thing deep in the sewers.
What's the name of the man what comes here and collects your fee from them?
Eloise says, with like venom, Mel.
Asshole.
Ew, I don't like him either. Tina says out loud.
Ever since Nimbra disappeared, I guess now we know why, he's been the one talking with us. Reginald goes, with the pirates gone, he's due back any time now.
Maybe we're going off a little too early, but he might know something, Natty.
Mel?
He might.
We're grabbing Mel when we can.
He might know something.
What if he's
Gotta
a
be ready.
disguise?
Eloise goes,
New disguise.
B?
you're gonna put hands on Mel.
We're
Why
eventually
not?
gonna have to deal with the Queensman. Yeah, why not? Like Ron said.
Does he come here by himself? Maybe we can ambush him.
No, he doesn't come here by himself. He knows better than that. But Mel's untouchable. They say
Nobody's untouchable.
you're not the first folk running around here who's had issues with the Queensmen and Mel. I'm just saying, it's from what I understand is, they say you touch Mel, the boogeyman comes out.
Who's the boogeyman?
Eloise and Reginald look at each other and they shake their heads like they have no idea.
That's who we need to hunt, Natty. Because that person definitely knows who the Queen of Thieves is.
If that story's going around, somebody's touched Mel and lived to tell it.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's just the thing that constantly comes up over drinks. I mean, it could just be propaganda from the Queensmen, but folks seem very serious about it.
Does he walk here?
No.
How does he get here?
Well, it comes here with caravan. wagons, some horses. I mean, sometimes he shows up here on foot, but he's never alone.
Does he come in the direction that Emberwood is in?
Sometimes, to be honest, he's a slippery fellow. When he shows up, he usually masks his tracks pretty well. He can come from Buckle Down Row or Emberwood or another place for all we know. He has came here before with Korgoth.
Brent, out of character question. So you remember that night we went to Buckle Down Row and we went there and Mel was already there. In the time
True.
of that measurement, is that enough time for a horse to take him to Buckle Down Row before us? Or is there
No.
a different...
No.
No,
you
so
get a
there's no
sense
way,
it was
right?
besides magic, it would have been impossible.
Okay. That's what I was thinking about. Okay. Thank you.
But then again, maybe it's not Blackjack Mel at all. It's the Queen herself.
Wouldn't that be convenient?
Aye, but I mean, you've
How
heard
would
the
you
rumors about the Queen's men. I mean, you guys say you're gonna kill her. I mean, you see he shakes his head like an utter disbelief, like that would ever happen. I mean, you can tell that he wants to believe it, but he's not convinced that's gonna happen.
Oh, let's
Do
make
you
a
expect
bet!
that someone would have killed Korgoth either?
Yeah, let's make a bet.
I mean, Korgoth is a name, really. You can find Korgoth Blackhorn on the roads around Westermar, too. And it's all minotaurs. One dies, another one pops up at some point.
Well,
Just died, though. We
Look,
No.
I'm not trying to take away any credit, lady. I mean, credit where credit's due. I mean, you took down a whole band of pirates. Where's their boat?
Looted.
I think what he means, Kala, is that even though this one is gone, there could be another person to take up the name and to be him again.
Oh no, I know what he's saying. I'm just saying he also said no one's been able to deal with Blackjack, but I'm pretty sure no one's been able to deal with that Minotaur for a while either.
Aye,
So if anyone's gonna
Oh.
do it.
you're right. I mean, but the let's just say that you see he has adjusted his monocle. There's been lords far away from here on the Crystal Coast that have wished to do harm to the Queen of Thieves, and they've disappeared. And we're here right next door to where they congregate. I mean, that power is vast. But, look. I can tell you're earnest, brother, is as looking at you, Loey. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that it's hard. And if you were to do something like that, then, well,
I could use some help.
Eloise goes, we are not getting involved in that.
Oh, Eloise. You think the Queen of Thieves doesn't give a shite about what you're doing here and ain't gonna try to force you to stay by putting one of your family in her little fetters?
If we convince our siblings to go along with this deal, you're saying it's enough trouble for all of us to rope us into whatever plans you have to deal with the Queen of Thieves. That's out of the question.
Okay. Have you tried leaving then? Is that what we wanted to do, Reginald? Because if you stay, she will come, and she'll try to take one of you and turn the other three. It's what she does. It's what she did to my family.
Well, I'm looking at a dwarf who doesn't seem like he has anything to lose.
Nope.
And I'm a dwarf that has a lot to lose. Maybe you're better equipped than your friends here for dealing with that as part of an agreement, but we'll talk about it this evening.
If you have more to lose, isn't it more important to protect what you have then?
Oh, you're absolutely right, girl.
But that would mean he'd have to leave. Because if he stays in the Viper's nest, right where she wants him.
But we're not leaving. No.
Sounds like you're gonna need new friends.
Maybe I found them. Someone who can protect our interests.
Then we will be helping you, and you'll be helping us.
Eloise goes, none of us are going to the thieves' den. That's out of the question.
I just came here for my gun, Eloise.
Oh yeah, about that. So we're wrapping up here at the end of the session. But to step out of roleplay for a second, when did they say they was going to have that ready again?
It was a week when we ordered it, and we've had...
Oh, it's longer than that, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Reginald goes, we got what you ordered ready. As long as you got the rest of the coin.
If that's all the help you'll give me, then I do.
I'm not saying that's all the help we'll give you, but I'm pretty sure Mordecai and Gertrude, for sure, will have some things that they want to say about all this. But I'll get you your things. You see he gets up, and you see he begins talking in Dwarven as he walks out. And he begins yelling out some of these dwarves out here working. And after, a good 10, 15 minutes or so, they come back with your weapon. Let's see here. And where in our treasure channel or items purchase channel is that? Is that what is it?
I call
It's
it
a whisperer, right?
Yep, it's a whisper.
You see this long arm, it looks well used. But I mean it's sturdy. You pick it up, doesn't bend, doesn't shake. All the smaller trinkets and components it's in stock. You check the loading stock, the barrel. It looks good.
Well, now this can kill.
I should have said something. I should have known before. You see he points at your back where you have Talon Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
Korgoths.
Yep.
Well, damn, Loey. Maybe your next business venture should be killing, assassinating, as they say.
We'll see how lucky I get.
All right. But with that, I want to go ahead and cut the conversation here unless you guys have something really important to go ahead and offload to say. But they're going to give you your weapon, Loey, and they don't really want to have any more negotiations or talk without their other siblings. And they will tell you, come back. If you, yeah, and they're like, if you want to stay here, they're like, no, we have some conversations we want to have without you being here. And
Oh yeah, I bet. Loey does ask though, if they decide to leave the Scar because this is getting way too hot, please tell him. He needs to know. That's the only thing he asks. If they're
We're gonna
going
come back to
You
talk
see,
more.
he puts a hand on your shoulder. He goes, brother, we ain't leaving until we meet them numbers. You see he points to a wall, and like any like you know at schools they have like the fundraising thermostat on the wall and stuff like that. You see he pretty much has one of those with like benchmarks.
Okay. Then you're involved.
Please be closing.
Yes. You see pizza party at the top of it. Yeah,
I just see. It's fine. We're closing.
But all right. We'll close out this session here with you guys leaving the Scar, and what you guys are heading to that crater. Is that what I understand?
Gotta get money up there, guys.
I
All
thought
right.
that's where we're going.
I tried, Ron, Alex, for a battle, but the dice did not go in my favor. I tried hard.
It's fine. There's one thing I want to bring up with these people, and something else, and I'll message you on the side, just because
Okay.
I meant to bring it up, but other things are going on, so my stuff is
Got
probably
it.
more flavor than anything. But I'll do you want a DM or you want it in my channel?
Put it in your channel.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. So, now I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. We can go ahead and finish this background story with Alice now, or we can do it next time. I have everything ready for it. It is up to you guys, but it's probably gonna take like a good 30 minutes or so. So if you need to go, that's fine.
I have
We
a
can do it
lot
next
of
time.
driving tomorrow,
Okay, understood.
so
No
Cool.
problem. We'll just go ahead and do it next session then. So I want to just talk with you guys further about like our next session, because I know Thanksgiving is on Thursday, and I want to see, like, I just want to take a pulse test to see who's going to be available, if you want to do something on the 30th or not. But thank anybody who tuned into the stream. Goodbye. We're going to talk about that offline.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right.